This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Buzz Adams, you had the morning show. Buzz Adams, you say you're not liberal. Buzz Adams, you hang out with Nostradamus. Buzz Adams, they ain't no fried chicken you can pass. Buzz Adams, you'll have me laughing until my boss shows up and says quit slacking.
Why are you up so early?
Why are you up so early?
Early bird gets the worm. And also,
Going to be a terrific show.
Tuesday morning show.
It's a terrific Tuesday.
Tuesday.
That's terrific.
What's terrific?
My favorite show.
Favorite show.
Terrific. That's just terrific. This is just terrific.
Terrific Tuesday.
Let's get ready for showtime.
Wake up, El Paso. Buzz Adams is back. Only on 95.5 The Q.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to the show for this Tuesday morning. Taco Tuesday and Two for Tuesday. Well, Joanna, I'm sure everybody wants to hear about the Jelly Roll concert last night.
Oh, my God.
Don't give us the full-on review just yet, but,
Okay.
How was it?
Amazing. He's such a good entertainer.
Yeah.
You know how in every speech, like acceptance speech that he gives, it sounds so inspirational.
Yeah.
That was
So
basically
impassioned.
Yes, that was basically everything he did last night.
And did his wife, Bunny XO, show up?
No! I was so sad.
Oh, sorry about that.
Thanks. But they had bunny shirts, Bunny XO shirts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it is a very sad day. The king has passed away. Well, I was thinking King Jaffe Jafar from Coming to America, but also the voice of Darth Vader. Those are at least three super once-in-a-lifetime iconic roles. Darth Vader, the King from Coming to America, and the Mufasa from Lion King, right?
Mufasa.
I mean, sure, he was in other movies, but those are just like,
Yeah.
God, if somebody could have one of those roles, they could live off of Comic Cons for the rest of their lives. And he had so many. James Earl Jones passed away. He was 93 years old. And remember, a couple of years ago, I got caught on the air thinking that James Earl Jones had already passed away. And I was so sure of it.
You were like, I saw the funeral.
I saw the funeral, and then I remembered, no, it was Coming to America 2. They had the King's funeral on that. And for that reason, I thought James Earl Jones had passed away a couple of years ago.
I got to find it.
James Earl Jones, beloved, iconic American actor, was 93 years old. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning.
Let's get a look at El Paso weather to start things off. Today, This week, it's going to be sunny. We might see a little bit of rain, but probably not until Sunday.
Okay.
So a lot of sunshine this week. And we will get back up close to 100 this week. We may not quite make it, but it is going to warm up this week. We're up in the 90s all this week after being in the 80s last week. El Paso weather brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. Today, sunny, 93 for the high temperature. We're going to see a little warming by a few degrees. Wednesday, it's going to be up to 97. And Thursday might crack 100. They've got the predicted high at 99. But we could be back up in triple digits on Thursday of this week. Also, upper 90s on Friday, mid 90s Saturday and Sunday. We are seeing a little bit of rain moving in, not a whole lot. 10 to 15% chance of rain on Sunday. And this is the Golfers Forecast. It's brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. You can set up all your tee times and reservations online at painteddunes.com. That's painteddunes.com, or give them a call at the Pro Shop. The Painted Dunes Pro Shop number is 915-821-2122 for Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. Later, Joanna is going to have the Hollywood Cheesemay coming up for us. Joanna, how about a preview of the Hollywood Cheesemay?
Ooh, the Bayhive, not happy at all. The CMA Award nominations came out, and Beyonce got shut out in every category.
Not a single nomination?
Not a single nomination.
All right. And it was that Texas Hold'em album,
it was
right?
the Cowboy Carter album, yeah.
Well, the Texas Hold'em is the only song from that I know.
But it's a whole slew of country songs. Snubbed.
Snubbed.
Not a single nomination.
Yeah. I'm not all that surprised. We have the body cam footage of the arrest of Miami Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill.
Oh, we do?
On Sunday, yeah. We can compare what Tyreek said after the game to what the body camera shows. He wasn't being 100% cooperative.
Was he not?
Well, you know what? I'll play the audio. You can make up your own decision on that.
Okay.
And tonight is the presidential debate, the second presidential debate, but the first one with Kamala Harris. It's going to be on Fox, but it's going to be simulcast all over the place.
Debate night.
Debate night in America. I don't think Trump will be able to. Basically, that first debate, he was elder abusing Joe Biden out there, and you remember they didn't fact check a single thing that Trump said, but they're also. Let's see if I can remember some of the rules. Mike's muted. No audience. The candidates aren't allowed to speak to the other candidate, which seems, or they're not allowed to ask a question of the other candidate. And will they fact check? Like if one of the candidates says a complete lie, like the 2020 election was stolen, will they at least fact check that and say, hey, look, there were over 60 court cases and they all ruled against you, so the election was not stolen in 2020. Don't know. Shannon Bream from Fox News is going to be the moderator. We got a lot to talk about. I might have a true crime report coming up a bit later.
Sweet.
I don't know if you have this one, but stop me if you've heard about a sequel to a beloved 80s movie that is supposedly in the works.
I have heard.
Are you doing it in your report?
I was not, no.
A Goonies sequel is allegedly in the works. And if this is the case, I got to think it has something to do about the resurgence of the career of Short Round. That is
Ke Huy Quan.
Ke Huy Quan, who played Data, or Data in the Goonies. According to the rumor, the original kids are returning.
Amazing.
Remember, Josh Brolin was the older brother.
Yeah.
So Sean Astin, Corey Feldman,
Mouth.
Ke Huy Quan,
Data.
Josh Brolin. You don't remember his
Brand.
name. Jeff Cohen.
Chunk
is right. Truffle shuffle time, baby. Carrie Green and Martha Plimpton.
Oh my God.
God,
Andy and oh my God, what was Martha's Plimpton's name?
I don't remember
I don't
Martha
remember her
Plimpton's name. I must not have the same love for the Goonies that you have.
I love that movie.
The movie would not film until 2025.
I bet. Well, they say that the guy who bought the house, the Goonies house, that he's super cool about people going to take pictures. Like, he even has a sign that says, "This is the Goonies house." He lets you go take pictures and everything.
He doesn't charge for that?
I think there's like a charge to go in or something, but he definitely lets you get close to it.
Now, keep in mind, this is not official. It comes from the Britain's tabloid The Sun.
Oh, The Sun.
Yeah. A source says, quote, the Goonies reboot has been talked about for a long time, but it's finally been given the go-ahead to move forward. The team is excited about the opportunity to bring the magic of the original film to a new audience. Okay.
Goonies.
It doesn't say anything about Steven Spielberg being attached, but you got to assume, right?
Yeah.
Right, he's got to have some hand in it anyway.
Buzz, you Goonie.
Did you go see Beetlejuice?
I did not. No.
Do you plan on going to see it, or
You know
just wait
what?
till it comes
A lot
out on
of
TV?
people are now telling me, like, it's not that great.
Right. I was watching the original over the weekend. They just had it on cable.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
it was on, so I'm watching it, and I was like, boy, the special effects were crappy back in the 80s, man.
That's what you're focused on.
Yeah.
You know what I did do Beetlejuice related this weekend? I bought tickets to the musical that's coming in November.
November of this year.
Yes.
That's the one that Lauren Boebert likes so much. Gets her very excited.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Okay. We're going to have Today in Sound Clips coming up here in just a few minutes. All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities on the way in a moment.
The Daily Calendar. Today is September 10th, and since you're obsessed with the 1950s, you already know it's National Ants on a Log Day. A snack made out of celery with peanut butter and raisins stuck in there.
Yeah, Mom wasn't a great cook.
Speaking of which, it's also TV dinner day for, when Mom was out of raisins. If only Mom knew, it's also Swap Ideas Day, because Kevin's mom was a great cook and she could have shared recipes.
And that's your daily calendar.
95.5 KLAQ.
Voice for Children in the... Call 915-540-2310 or visit becomeacasa.org.
Originating in El Paso for El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show. 95.5 KLAQ.
We got sound clips standing by. A reminder that the cash codes return and money talks coming up Monday. KLAQ starts giving out cash codes on Monday that could win somebody, could be you, $30,000. Every day we're going to have 10 $100 winners. So that's $1,000 we're giving away right there every day. If you want to find out more, be ready for when the contest starts on Monday. Open the KLAQ mobile app for all the details. Money talks, and the Q cash codes pay on 95.5 KLAQ. Yeah, no sign of Nico yet.
No text, no email?
No text, no email. I tried to call him like 5 times.
Wow. You'd think he went to a concert last night.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He hung out at my house for like 7 hours in a row and drank 20 beers. I'm not kidding.
Did you keep count of that?
Yeah. I counted the cans afterwards when I was picking them up. It's like you sat here and drank almost 2 12-packs of beer. Of my beer.
Did he leave you any?
Huh?
Did he leave you any?
I'm sure they're all gone. I mean, I just assume by the number of empties that they're all gone. But yeah, that was Nico's afternoon yesterday.
All right.
All right, time for sound clips.
And now, Today in Sound Clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities. I'm going to start here with a governor saved a man who was choking during a lobster roll eating competition.
Oh, my God.
New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu attended the lobster roll eating competition on Sunday. And when one of the contestants started choking, Governor Sununu jumped in and started doing the Heimlich.
Oh, snap.
He gave the guy 4 or 5 compressions before first responders took over and helped free the stuck piece of lobster. We're going to hear from Governor Chris Sununu of New Hampshire and the contestant Christian Moreno talking about what happened.
The gentleman at the far end who I was kind of watching, he took a pause. He was having trouble getting something down. I started saying, he's joking, and I could tell people weren't responding. So I just moved forward and immediately started to kind of give him the Heimlich. He went right back to the contest, which I couldn't believe. He ate another 7 lobster rolls on the gullet.
My counter came up to me and made a joke and was like, oh, I bet nobody else can say that they've gotten a Heimlich from the governor before. I looked at him and was just like, that was the governor?
Mm. And speaking of lobster, if you like lobster, Red Lobster is using the election season to announce their Cheddar Bay biscuits. They have a promotion where you win free Red Lobster and Cheddar Bay biscuits for an entire presidential term.
Hot damn.
Yeah. I'm not sure Red Lobster is going to last an entire presidential term.
This is how you got in the whole mess that you're in, Red Lobster.
By giving away too much stuff. Right. They have a promotion where if you go to Red Lobster and scan a QR code, you're entered to win 4 years of free Red Lobster. That is very optimistic of you, Red Lobster. Here's a commercial for it.
It's dinner in America. As the sun rises on today, men and women continue to have the opportunity to eat Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster. With plates of delicious lobster, shrimp, and crab served around every basket, the dreams of a Cheddar Bay-filled tomorrow are being fully baked today. It's dinner in America, and under the leadership of Cheddar Bay biscuits, our country is happier, cheesier, and more united for the butter. Cheddar Bay 2024. One bite can unite.
Isn't Flavor Flav trying to single-handedly save Red Lobster?
He's trying to help him out.
He must love Red Lobster.
He really does. Red Lobster's not helping their case with this. We're going to give you free Red Lobster for a presidential term.
Do you remember yesterday we had the story about a suspect who was shooting at cars on I-75 in Kentucky?
Ah, yes.
And they were looking for him because he took off. They didn't find him all day yesterday. The search continues.
The search is still on.
After another day of searching, authorities in Kentucky had little to show for their efforts to find Joseph Couch. The 32-year-old is suspected to have been the person who wounded 5 people who were driving down I-75 on Saturday afternoon. Trooper Scotty Pennington of the Kentucky State Police said that search teams with dogs on the ground, cars on the interstate, and helicopters and drones in the air are being used to search in and around the Daniel Boone National Forest. According to a court affidavit, a woman called authorities less than 30 minutes before Couch allegedly opened fire, saying he had texted her to say, "I'm going to kill a lot of people." Well, try at least. I'll kill myself afterward. So I guess there's a chance that he killed himself.
Oh, man.
Here is Officer Trooper Pennington with the Kentucky State Police at a press conference yesterday said that law enforcement is following a simple strategy as they continue to search for the suspect.
Our goal is to apply steady pressure and wearing Mr. Couch down.
Thanks to a $10,000 donation from an anonymous person, $5,000 from the Kentucky State Police, the reward stands at $15,000. He's still at large, but he has already been charged. And he shot about 9 vehicles. He wounded 5 people, and one of them, pretty serious, was shot in the face.
Oh, God.
Just as they were driving down the interstate. He wasn't targeting anybody in particular. Here's Laurel County Sheriff John Root out of Kentucky, who said the search for Joseph Couch will continue until they find him dead or alive.
We'll search until we can find him, until we exhaust all resources.
All right. Got another hurricane heading for the Louisiana coastline. As Francine continues moving toward landfall on the Louisiana Gulf Coast yesterday, Colin Arnold with the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness said in a press conference in New Orleans yesterday, the storm is considered a shelter-in-place situation.
We do believe that this is a shelter-in-place scenario storm, and that for the the public, they should be pay a lot of attention to this, enact their plan for a shelter-in-place, lower-level indirect hit from a tropical storm or Category 1 hurricane.
last week or the week before, I can't remember, was the 20th anniversary of Katrina.
Oh, wow.
Here's Colin Arnold again, giving details on the plan for residents, saying Wednesday and Thursday will be the most impactful for the city of New Orleans.
But I think that Wednesday and Thursday are going to be the days that are going to be most impactful for our city and for our area, and that people should really consider Wednesday and Thursday staying home, staying indoors, staying off the roads.
In Missouri, a couple of strangers jumped into action to stop a woman from being carjacked with her baby in the car. The mother and child were at a Missouri gas station. Reese Jones, one of the men who stepped in to stop the carjacking, says it could have been his wife and kid.
We do got a few good people out here. It is good people out here. Everybody ain't bad. Take action. Most people mind their business, but in situations like that, I got a wife, I got kids. That could be my wife, that could be my kids. That's somebody's mom, that's somebody's daughter. It matters.
All right, good job to Reese Jones and whoever the other Good Samaritan was. Kate Middleton revealed that she has completed her cancer treatment. Here's a clip of the statement. I don't know if it takes away from it a little bit that they have music behind it.
Oh, I
Doing
hate
what
that.
I can to stay
You don't like that, do you?
No.
Right.
Because sometimes you can't make out what they're saying in the video.
Doing what I can to stay cancer-free is now my focus. Although I have finished chemotherapy, my path to healing and full recovery is long, and I must continue to take each day as it comes.
Kate Middleton says she looks forward to her recovery with a renewed sense of hope.
I am, however, looking forward to being back at work and undertaking a few more public engagements in the coming months.
What, work?
I am, however, looking forward to being...
Wait, does she have a job?
She's princess.
Yeah. You show up and wave and everybody hands you flowers. That's
I'm
considered
sure there's
work?
actual duties that she has to deal with.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
I mean, I don't know, but...
I watched The Crown, and a lot of it's going to ceremonies, making a speech. I mean, considering you get like 20 palaces and your own yacht and your own private plane, it seems like a pretty good deal to me.
I am, however, looking forward to being back at work and undertaking a few more public engagements in the coming months when I can. Despite all that's gone before, I enter this new phase of recovery with a renewed sense of hope and appreciation of life.
So the body cam of Tyreek Hill's traffic stop was released yesterday. Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins was just a few blocks away from the stadium when he was pulled over. And he says that, he was cooperative. The police union has spoken and said that Tyreek was uncooperative. Tyreek's attorney says the police reaction was excessive. And I'll let you hear a couple of clips, and I've seen the video, and I'll give you my read on what I'm seeing there, okay? But
right.
this was yesterday. Tyreek Hill described it. He played the game. He made it. In fact, he returned a kick 80 yards for a touchdown, helping the Miami Dolphins beat Jacksonville. But here's what he had to say after the game. So listen carefully. This is Tyreek's version of what happened.
I have no idea, for real. No idea, man. It's crazy. It wasn't disrespectful, because my mom didn't raise me that way. Didn't cuss. Didn't do none of that. So, like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out, man.
I guess the police officer was put on administrative leave. Were you aware of that?
Nah, I wasn't. That should tell you everything you need to know then. You feel me? It should tell you everything you need to know.
All right. The voices you hear here are the Miami police officers.
Okay.
They sound like Cuban refugees, but trust me, they're the police officers.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. That way you can lower it and talk to you.
Just get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang.
Okay, yeah, so not 100% respectful and, like Tyreek was saying. But at the same time, you're going to hassle the guy because he doesn't have his seatbelt on.
Right.
Come on. You're just looking to write a ticket. So, but I don't know how fast he was going. They said he was speeding, and he was driving a McLaren, which has like 500 horsepower. So I don't know how fast Tyreek was going.
We can lower it and talk to you. Just get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do. Keep it down. Hey.
So at this point in the video, Tyreek rolls his window up, and the cop starts tapping the window with his nightstick, telling him to leave the window down.
Keep your window down. Hey. Keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
See what I mean? They're, like all the cops are Cubans. Cuban Americans, I'm sure.
Jeez.
What? I tell you for the last time, Lucy, get out of the car. You can't be in the show.
Get out of the car. Give me that. I'm gonna break that window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out.
So as soon as he opens the door, one of the guys just like grabs him around the neck and pulls him out and throws him to the floor, and then everybody's on top of Tyreek at that point.
Get out. Get out. Damn. What part of blood are you doing this? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, dude. I'm getting arrested.
There's some guy named Drew that he's talking to on the phone, and then another player shows up, another one of the Dolphins shows up, and he starts telling him to call Drew. Wonder who Drew is.
I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? I'm getting out. You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you.
I don't know. You know, that from the cops, when we tell you to do something, you do it, not what we want, what we tell you. I don't know. That seems a little aggressive to me.
All right.
Again, I don't know how fast Tyreek was driving.
I'm getting out. You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. I'm getting out. You. I'm getting out, bro. Too late. Too late. All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you got to do, bro. We are. We will. Good, bro. It is good. Hey. Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. Stop crying.
Tyreek, I found out, Tyreek Hill's 30 years old. It's time to quit using bruh every other word.
That's the thing that's bothering you.
You're 30 years old. Quit peppering your conversation with bruh. My daughter does it, but she's a 17-year-old senior. Everything's like, hey, go feed the dog. Bruh.
Did you throw the trash out? Bruh.
Bruh. Do you get that from your nephews? So it's a thing that...
No, I'm bruh.
I want to tell you about a library in Chicago. It's a tool library with thousands of tools that Chicago residents can borrow. They can check them out.
Actual
tool. Yeah,
you said tool library, and I was like, sweet. The band?
No, I didn't think of that. The tools have been donated by locals, and people can sign up for a pay-what-you-can membership. So, if you can afford $10, that's what you pay. It grants access to a vast collection of tools. I think this is a pretty good idea.
Oh, okay.
Here's Executive Director Tessa Vierk talking about the concept of a tool library.
We have about 3,000 tools for Chicago residents to borrow, and we have about 5,000 tools for community groups in Chicago to borrow. Stud finders, miter saws, planers. Yep. Chicago Tool Library is actually one of the biggest tool libraries in the entire world, both in square footage, amount of tools that we have, and engagement from members. And we've saved Chicagoans over $2 million in tool rentals or purchases in our first 4 years of being an organization.
Yeah.
Cool.
You need a stud finder.
Yeah.
You got to just go buy one, or
you can rent one.
You can check one. Well, not even rent it. You pay the membership fee, and remember, it's pay whatever you can afford, and then you can borrow as many tools as you want.
Here's $5.
I'm wondering. I bet you somebody has paid $5. I'm wondering if somebody accidentally cuts their finger off with a miter saw. Are they able to sue the city of Chicago for it? You gave me this tool, but I didn't know how to use it correctly.
So
it's your fault.
My finger off.
Tonight, the big debate, Fox News and simulcast on stations everywhere. It's debate night, everybody.
Get ready for the most anticipated night in politics since Trump versus Biden.
Everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare,
She stands just steps away from history.
Hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
But he stands in her way.
Kamala Harris. Did you see her last night on television with the laugh?
Trump versus Harris, the free-for-all in Philly tonight.
Double G here. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show at 10, featured double shots throughout the day.
To learn more, visit you and get started today. Don't give up. Rise up at Western Tech, college for the real world.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers. At GVILaw.com.
What day is this?
Is National TV Dinner Day.
You don't want TV dinner?
They're TV dinners. Why is it called TV dinner? Just eat dinner and watch TV.
Having dinner, watching TV.
Run out and get me a TV dinner.
Eating a lot of TV dinners.
Make that plural, TV dinner.
TV dinner.
Just finished the TV dinner.
Happy National TV Dinner Day.
Have a great show.
Yes, today is National TV Dinner Day. They don't call them TV dinners anymore.
No, I guess not.
They're just kind of like frozen dinner.
Meals. Yeah.
But I can remember the classic TV dinners when I was real little. My mom usually cooked, but
Yeah.
everybody does it. And did you know when TV dinners came out, they were really heralded as like freeing mom from the kitchen.
Really?
Like mom's not going to have to slave away over the stove all the time. You just pop a TV dinner. I remember when the trays were metal. Not like solid metal.
And you put them in the oven?
Yeah, and you put them in the oven. I can remember microwave, but I guess the microwaves weren't as good back in the 70s as they are today. So mom would never let us be in the same room because she was convinced the microwave was leaking radiation.
Oh, God.
I think she probably saw that in a news report, though. So, yeah, it's TV Dinner Day. We're going to take a look at the Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events. And with a special focus on National TV Dinner Day. Movie producer, disgraced Hollywood power broker Harvey Weinstein, Joanna, was rushed to the hospital for emergency heart surgery.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, there's some bad news. Looks like he's going to pull through.
No.
All right. Did you know they're making a Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland?
They are?
Uh-huh. It is happening. And Marvel just announced the guy who directed Shang-Chi is going to do the Spider-Man movie.
I guess the last one kind of ended and you kind of need a...
The last one was the one where all the alternate Spider-Men from the other movie franchises show up.
Yeah.
Did you see Shang-Chi?
No, I did not.
You never saw that?
No.
The first half of that movie was really, really good. And then they went to like some kind of magical land and it's like unicorns. It's just so bad. You're also going to talk about the big snub from the Country Music Awards, right?
I am, yeah.
All right. We'll have that
And
coming
you'll
up a
never
bit later.
guess who it is.
The snub?
No, I'm kidding. It's Beyonce.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Selena Gomez is officially a billionaire. Wait a minute.
billionaire?
Can that be right? Selena
sounds about
Gomez
right.
is worth an estimated $1.3 billion. Oh, most of that comes from her Rare Beauty cosmetics line.
Oh, that's right. She's got a beauty line.
At 32, she's one of the youngest female billionaires in the U.S. And I bet she's the youngest one who didn't inherit it all, too. The rest of her wealth comes from, quote, her interest in her mental health brand, Wondermind, and the estimated value of her music albums, sales, and properties. And earnings from streaming deals, brand partnerships, concert tickets, and acting. Beetlejuice made $100 million at the box office in its opening weekend, so that is a hit.
It's a hit.
It made $110 million actually in its opening weekend. That is the second biggest September opening of all time. It was number one at the box office, obviously, over the weekend. But you're hearing some not
hearing
negative
some-
reviews, but just kind of lukewarm.
Just kind of like didn't live up to the hype. So maybe just wait until it's on streaming.
That's kind of your move. Is
Yeah.
like, I still kind of want to see it, but I don't know if I'm going to go to a theater. I'll
Right.
wait. It'll be streaming in a few weeks. All right, I want to describe to you an event you would pay a ticket price to go and see.
Okay.
But it's not a concert. It's not stand-up comedy. Tell me if you would pay to go see this. Actor Macaulay Culkin is going on tour, and he's going to be talking about Home Alone.
Oh, okay.
The show is billed as a nostalgic night with Macaulay Culkin. And it kicks off in November in Buffalo, New York. And is going to go, it looks like, for just a couple of weeks.
That's pretty cool.
The shows will include a screening of Home Alone, followed by a Q&A with the audience.
You get to watch Home Alone with
Macaulay Culkin. There will be a VIP package that includes a photo op with Macaulay. If you're interested in this, by the way, there's a website, homealonetour.com.
Okay.
Would you pay $40 to go see this?
Yes.
Would you pay $75 to go see it?
75 is pushing it a little. But 40
what if he
for
brought
sure.
out his brother Buzz?
What if he brought out like the whole McAllister family?
Well,
sons, Mr. McAllister.
Yeah, you're right.
R.I.P.
Mr. McAllister's no longer with us. I'm going to quiz you later on your texting abbreviations.
You're going to
see how you do.
quiz me?
Well, yeah. They just had a thing like these were the most Googled text abbreviations. And even I know the basic ones. Like FOMO.
LOL.
BRB. Yeah, I know what LOL is. Lots of love, of course.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and get into the Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events and find out, other than and in addition to TV Dinner Day, let's find out what else is happening. It is National TV Dinner Day. It is also World Suicide Prevention Day. Birthdays include director Guy Ritchie, who was once married to Madonna. He's 56, and he directed, his best ones were Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Mm-hmm. The Gentleman was pretty good. He also did the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. Hall of Fame pitcher Randy Johnson is 61 today. You know what his nickname was in the major leagues, Joanna? Randy Johnson?
No, I don't.
The Big Unit.
The Big Unit.
Do you know why he was called the Big Unit?
No, I do not.
He was real tall. I mean, that's what they said anyway. he was like 6'8".
All right.
There's a video you can search for it. Randy Johnson is throwing a pitch when he played for the Diamondbacks, I think. And it just so happens that a bird is flying across the path of his pitch. And his ball, the pitch is probably going 100 miles an hour, right?
Uh-huh, okay.
Nothing but an explosion of feathers.
I think I've seen the
ball
video. Yeah.
hits the bird just perfectly.
Oh, my God.
Completely on accident. And I am telling you, that bird explodes.
Have you ever run over a bird that was flying?
No.
My sister did one time.
Wait a minute. Was it like flying on the ground?
It was like flying really low, and she hit the bird, and all you heard was like a pop, and then just feathers everywhere.
Really? How fast was she going?
I don't remember. It was like on the freeway, though.
Oh, okay. So pretty good speed, huh?
Yeah. And this bird comes out of nowhere, and then we just hear pop, feathers everywhere.
I once saw, and I don't know why I wasn't bird watching or anything. I was just out for a walk, but I noticed a bird flying, and this must be the dumbest bird of the whole flock. Flies right into a power line, a telephone line, and drops dead on the ground.
Oh.
He didn't burst into flames or anything.
But you saw
But it was like, yeah, you don't see that every day. It seems like the birds really know how to get out of the way of stuff. Other celebrities having birthdays. Oscar-winning actor Colin Firth is 64. He won his Oscar for The King's Speech. Aerosmith guitarist, I guess maybe now we say former Aerosmith guitarist Joe Perry is 74. Remember Aerosmith about a month ago announced that they were disbanding because Steven Tyler lost his voice.
Yep.
So 74th for Joe Perry. Former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly is 75. And Jose Feliciano is 79 today. Do you know who Jose Feliciano is?
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, well, Feliz Navidad, yeah. Around Christmas time, he did Feliz Navidad. I almost forgot about that one.
Oh.
He also did his cover of Light My Fire.
Oh, that's right.
Light my fire, light my fire, light my fire, light my fire. And he's blind.
Blind, yeah.
Okay. The final... Okay, the last criminal executed in France by a guillotine was executed on this date. What year would you guess that was?
God, I feel like I know this answer. I've heard about it, like in the 70s?
Yeah, 77.
1970s.
1977, the same year Star Wars came out.
Oh my God.
Convicted
so weird.
murderer Hamida Joudoubi, a Tunisian immigrant, became the last person executed via the guillotine. And it doesn't say here the last person executed in France. I guess he was the last person executed by a guillotine in the world.
Ever.
The same year that Star Wars came out, 1977, on this date. 35 years ago in 1989, Deion Sanders made sports history by becoming the only person to ever hit a home run and score a touchdown in the same week. He was playing in the NFL and Major League Baseball at the same time. On September 6, 1989, Deion hit a home run for the New York Yankees, and 4 days later, he ran a punt back 68 yards to score a touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, 4 days later, he did it in the same week, forget the same month. He did it in the same week. And 34 years ago, in 1990, Will Smith made his television debut on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was 34 years ago that the first Fresh Prince of Bel-Air aired. And as we mentioned, today is National TV Dinner Day. Do you remember when they were called TV dinners?
Yeah.
I eat a lot. It's, it's kind of a sad thing. I gotta peel off the back of a TV dinner.
You're making dinner for one,
Eat my Swedish meatballs.
You're Salisbury steak.
Yeah.
TV dinners. This one's kind of tough. I like the enchiladas and the teriyaki too. I even like the chicken
if the sauce is not too blue. And here is Jerry Seinfeld talking about TV dinners. Happy National TV Dinner Day.
The opposite of the buffet is the Swanson Hungry Man TV dinner. A little taste of prison right there in your own home. Tried the Leavenworth chicken or the Alcatraz meatballs this week. Every box of Swanson says Hungry Man on the box. I imagine they had a marketing meeting. They went, all right, we're not going to do anything about the quality. We're agreed upon that. So, which segment of the public should we target that could potentially even choke this pig food down? What about hungry men that are broke, alone, and starving? Taste is the least of their problems. But it's an honest product. It's TV dinner. They're telling you, TV dinner. Stare at the screen and chew. Do not look down. Eyes front. Grind it out. I do think Swanson has helped people. It helps people reach their personal life goals. In a way. I had millions of them when I was starting out. When you peel back that plastic cover, you plow through those 4 compartments of hell. By the time you get to that peach cobbler, you go, I gotta make something out of my life. I can't go on like this.
Have you ever heard this song before?
No.
It's a ZZ Top song.
I like the enchiladas and the teriyaki too. I even like the chicken if the sauce is not too blue.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from AC/DC to Alice in Chains to...
95.5 KLAQ and Alice in Chains down in a hole. Welcome to Tuesday, everybody. Taco Tuesday, 2 for Tuesday, Recuperation Tuesday for Joanna because you went to the Jelly Roll concert last night.
I should have called that.
What happened that you didn't get your T-shirt?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know how they have the guys outside selling shirts?
Yeah, the bootleg shirts.
Yes.
Dude, I can't believe you buy those. I once got one of those outside a Paul McCartney concert, and the decal washed off the first time I watched it.
You gotta talk to your guy because the shirts I have, all my band shirts from the concerts, are still good and in good condition.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have the same dealer, supplier?
It's
I don't know.
it's always the same guys I see out there. So I guess, yeah, I got the same dealer. But I went outside, and that's when they're all like, they're $10 right now. Like a flash sale, because when you're on the way into the concert, they're like $20.
Yeah, but how much are they to buy the official merchandise?
Official merch yesterday was
like
$45.
Yeah, 45 is not as bad. I've seen it more expensive than that for sure.
I have, yeah. And so I went outside, and my sister was buying one. She bought one. And I had my eye on this one shirt that kind of had like a tie-dye on it, and it said Jelly Roll. And I was like, I'm going to get that. But then I ran into a friend of mine, and we started talking. So then when I turned back around, the guy was gone.
The guy was gone.
And I couldn't find it
anymore. And his $10 knockoff Jelly Roll T-shirt's gone with him.
That $10 tie-dye shirt was gone too.
Well, how was the concert?
Amazing. I went to the Church of Jelly Roll.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
It felt like being in church.
Oh, it did. You know, he's so inspirational in those acceptance speeches. Every time he wins something.
I want to sit here and tell you right now, right in front of you, I was working at a Red Lobster, and then I got sent to prison.
Yes, like that. And like it starts off like I was already crying with the first song, but because he has this whole intro where he's all like, tonight we're going to forget all about our problems. It's not just a concert, it's a family reunion. And I started crying. And
you started crying tears.
Because it was so inspirational.
Jelly Roll just posted an update on Instagram. I would like to say that this is after his concert in El Paso, but it's not. It's after his concert in Anaheim. And he talked about getting ready for his show. It probably applies to all the shows, but here's a little bit of Jerry.
Just taking it serious, man. Cold plunging every day. Dude, I'm going to go do the cold plunge when I walk out of this room. Just sit here and think about how we're going to rock Anaheim, baby. Makes my move. I'll eat 2 bananas, and then I'll do a little boxing workout for 15, 20 minutes. I've never taken anything more serious than I'm taking this tour.
And then last night he just kept saying like how happy he was to be in El Paso, his first time here, and how he just couldn't believe how many people showed up on a Monday night. It was great.
Yeah, a Monday night. I know you have a lot in the Hollywood cheesemay. Mm-hmm. Should we take a break and get to that?
Buzz Adams, I'm so proud of you. Yes, you should.
That would show great wisdom, right?
That's a good boy, yes.
I'm not going to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Bad Buzz.
No. We'll take a break, and we'll come back in just a moment. James Earl Jones passed away.
R.I.P.
I thought he passed away 2 years ago, but then Joanna figured out that it was.
He's finally catching up with your prediction.
It's the funeral scene in Coming to America 2 is the reason that I thought he had passed away, but now he has, for real. So she's got that coming up. A big snub from the Country Music Awards that has a lot of people upset. We'll get to all of that coming up here in just a moment.
Tacos are the best food that I've tried. When the meat is ground and the beans refried in a soft or crunchy shell, I think both as well. It's my favorite food. They taste so good. Oh boy, it's Taco Tuesday. You're the best day of the week. As soon as I can get some tacos, you know I'm gonna eat them. I love tacos more than burgers or Chinese. I love them with lettuce and shredded cheese. I love Taco Supreme. They come with sour cream inside a shell. They're good as hell. Yeah! Oh boy, it's Taco Tuesday. Why aren't I eating tacos yet? As soon as this song is over, I'm gonna get some tacos. Woohoo! Let's go!
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
Accident. Learn more and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
We're back. Buzz is back.
Hey, right on, Buzz.
Buzz in the Morning Show. 95.5 The Q.
Joanna has the Hollywood Cheese May coming up here in just a few minutes.
Joanna.
Yeah.
Buzz was listening to one of the pet commercials.
One of the what?
Or one of the commercials or something. What was it about pet parents?
I
hate that. And you know Buzz pet parents.
Are you going to write it down in the the notes?
Grow up already. They're your
parents.
dogs. You can love your dogs. They're not your children.
There are dogs and cats.
They're not fur
together.
babies.
They are our fur babies.
They're
not.
babies and they're furry.
What-
You can buy a stroller for them.
What do you think are like...
Some cats don't have any hair. You call those...
The Sphinx.
Oh my God, I want one of those.
You call those fur babies?
Hairless cats.
What do you think our caveman ancestors would think if they saw us give up having children or procreating so that we could take the descendants of the wolf that they were just sheltering from?
They're like, we effed up.
This is not good long-term plan.
Joanna, Buzz and I watched The Secret Life of Mormon Wives yesterday.
Oh, all of it? Or?
No, one episode.
We were barely
How
even.
was it?
Trashy beyond belief.
Trashy.
These aren't even really Mormon women. These are just kind of like slutty women who might have accidentally married a Mormon and now they don't want to do it anymore.
And they're like influencers.
And
They're all
oh
over
my
TikTok.
God, it's so vapid. They sit around talking about their
stupid, empty problems.
And the worst part to me is they all have kids. Or most of them have kids.
Mm-hmm.
They show the kids on TV. That's like having a baby in the background of a porno shoot.
What are they, like Mormon Kardashians?
Almost, in a way. With dumber problems.
Some of them are hot.
They're all like really pretty. And then
but the main one, Taylor Frankie Paul or whatever, is that her name?
Wow, you remembered the three names.
I remember she had three men's first names. Taylor Frankie Paul is basically like she was rebellious when she was a teenager. And it's clear she like did it all when in her crazy days and really never outgrew it because they're all in their 20s. Too.
They're all in their 20s.
So,
I wanted to watch it, but I went to the Church of Jelly Roll.
The Church of Jelly Roll.
You got a lot more religion from that than you did from this because it is garbage. And I can understand members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saint calling foul on this because it really smears the entire.
They really intercut
religion.
They cut the Book of Mormon into every cut shot or cutaway.
Really?
Or they'll show a picture of Jesus on the wall, which probably
They're like, we're
are
totally
props.
religious.
They probably put that in there just for the show, but
they're like, we're totally religious.
One of the
Let's go
couples
dry hump over here.
Yeah, exactly. One of the couples, Joanna, the husband is like addicted to porn or something. And
naughty.
Don't throw me under the bus here. I've told you I have pretty good gaydar, though, right?
Yeah, Buzz is like, oh, it's definitely because he's gay.
He's gay.
And I was like, huh. But then, throughout the show, or the wife was like making it seem like maybe it was because it was like gay porn or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Spicy.
I gotta start
Incredibly trashy.
So trashy.
It probably kills brain cells as you're watching it.
Oh no.
Just awful. She is kind of hot.
Yeah, Taylor
Frigg. She
said all three names.
See, I wouldn't be surprised if she has worked on a pole before.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And she's the one who came out and said, "Oh, we do soft swinging."
Yeah.
And then all the others are like, no. All the other ones are denying it. She said they all did it. And they're like, no, I was at that party where it was supposed to happen. We didn't even know it happened.
Oh, my God.
It is a bunch of hot garbage.
Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna, tell us more.
And here is Joanna Barber with today's Hollywood Cheesemaker. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning. Well, sad news to start. Mark Hamill and George Lucas have led tributes to the late James Earl Jones. The legendary actor, best known for playing Darth Vader, and Mufasa died at the age of 93 yesterday.
And King Joffrey.
I keep forgetting that. Aw, Mufasa. It's like he died all over again.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know it is.
We all felt like Simba yesterday.
It is all part of the circle of life, Joanna.
The actor had an impressive career on stage and screen that spanned over 8 decades. Among his accolades were an Oscar nomination for The Great White Hope, numerous Tony Awards for his onstage work and appearances in films like Dr. Strangelove, Coming to America, The Lion King, and Field of Dreams. Following his death, the actor's Star Wars friends and colleagues paid heartfelt tribute, including a perfect message from his on-screen son, Mark Hamill, who said, quote, "One of the world's finest actors whose contributions to Star Wars were immeasurable. He'll be greatly missed. R.I.P. Dad."
I want to explain to you why I thought 2 years ago that James Earl Jones had passed away. Because
I want you to listen to this.
at that point,
he's finally catching up with you.
Are you going to play something?
Yes.
All right.
Just pay attention to this.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, where is it coming from? No. Hold on. Nope. Why
What
is it
the
playing
hell?
that one?
This is the reason that I thought James Earl Jones passed away a couple of years ago.
With the passing of the great king, the world changed forever. When he died, no one ever smiled again. Vacations were canceled, holidays ignored. People didn't even have sex anymore. Our great king had gone away forever. Gladys Knight.
He's leaving on that midnight train from the moon down.
Well, I should watch this one because I never got to see it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
Wesley Snipes steals the show in
for
this
sure. But ever since that moment, Buzz thought he had already died.
I saw his funeral.
And we were like, no, you
No,
didn't see
James
his
Earl Jones is
funeral.
alive.
Well, God bless him. I mean, any one of those
R.I.P.,
roles would have been iconic. You know, Darth Vader by itself, Mufasa, the king from Coming to America.
Who was he in Dr. Strangelove?
He was a pilot early in the film. It's in
okay.
black and white. He's a young man in it.
That's kind of hard to imagine, but yeah.
George Lucas also paid tribute to the actor in a statement through StarWars.com, writing, quote, James was an incredible actor, a most unique voice both in art and spirit. For nearly half a century, he was Darth Vader, but the secret to it all is he was a beautiful human being. He gave depth, sincerity, and meaning to all his roles, amongst the most important being a devoted husband to the late Ceci and dad to Flynn. James will be missed by so many of us, friends and fans alike.
Did you ever find the clip you were working on?
It doesn't want to play for some reason, but it's where you're
I was pretty adamant that no, he passed away.
Oh, wait, you had a clip of Buzz, Joanna?
Yeah, it doesn't want to play, though. I don't know why. When the 2024 CMA Award nominations were announced yesterday, one artist who took over the country charts this year was notably missing, Beyonce. Fans immediately noticed that Beyonce, whose album Cowboy Carter won fans and critics this year, was snubbed entirely from the list of nominations. Morgan Wallen is the top nominated artist for the 58th Annual CMA Awards, earning 7 in total, including nods for Entertainer of the Year. That's the biggest award of the night. And 4 nods for his collaboration with crossover artist Post Malone on their song, I Had Some Help. Morgan Wallen, really big, apparently. Yesterday, they had a DJ in between sets playing a bunch of country music. A lot of Morgan Wallen. I learned a lot yesterday.
Who was the opening band?
I don't remember the first girl. Warren Zeters was the second one, and then Jelly Roll.
Nice. Look at that picture.
See, that's
wow.
When you put out a country album, you don't put out.
She looks so hot.
A softcore porn photo as the album cover.
Are those like mirrors on her?
It's like a camera flash or like a flare, camera flare.
Wow.
It's barely covering her cooter up, though, I'll tell you that. I mean,
you said
right.
cooter.
Yeah, right.
It's funny. You say cooter, I say pooter.
Yeah. Now the pooter's in the back. You got your cooter and your pooter. Come on, get it straight.
Artist Shabuzi, who received 2 nominations at this year's CMA Awards and collaborated with Beyonce on 2 tracks on Cowboy Carter, appeared to react to the snub in an Instagram story, writing, quote, that goes without saying. Thank you, Beyonce, for opening a door for us, starting a conversation, and giving us one of the most innovative country albums of all time.
Does she kind of look like Rick James there?
No. In which picture?
In that picture. Just from the head up.
No. She looks great. I think Beyonce
amazing.
looks
No, she looks really
all
good.
the time. I've never seen a bad picture of Beyonce.
Oh, no, right? Beyonce's album was released March 29th and spent 4 weeks at #1 on Billboard's Top Country Albums chart and helped her become the first Black woman to top that chart.
But no love from the CMAs.
No love from the CMAs. I think they're very adamant of.
I would have
not
that poster, though.
Note what to get me for Christmas.
We already put Charlie Pride in the Grand Ole Opry Hall of Fame 50 years ago. What more do you want?
Finally, Jamie Bennington, the son of late Linkin Park singer Chester Bennington, has criticized the band's decision to bring in Emily Armstrong as their new vocalist. Armstrong, who co-founded the rock band Dead Sarah, made her Linkin Park debut in a live performance last week alongside new drummer Colin Britton. The highly anticipated reveal came with news of the group's first new music release since the death of Chester Bennington and a new album and a supporting tour dubbed From Zero. Jamie voiced his disapproval on Instagram on Monday, writing in a story post that Linkin Park co-founder Mike Shinoda had, quote, quietly erased my father's life and legacy in real time during International Suicide Prevention Month. He also wrote multiple lengthy paragraphs that highlighted Armstrong's past, referencing her ties with the Church of Scientology, as well as her support of Danny Masterson, who was convicted of raping 2 women.
I only found out about that like Monday. Somebody called in and said that Emily Armstrong had defended Danny Masterson. Because he was a Scientologist.
Right.
I mean, they kind of close ranks.
Yeah, and I don't think being a Scientologist is a strike against your person.
And look, I think there was an appropriate time of mourning that Linkin Park hasn't been doing anything. What's it been, 5 years?
It's 6 years.
7.
Oh,
it's 7. It's been 7 years, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the guys can move on, and here's what it sounds like. is a new single from Linkin Park called The Emptiness Machine with Emily Armstrong on vocals.
So Mars Volta singer Cedric Bixler-Slavala and his wife Chrissy Cornell Bixler, one of the several women who accused Masterson of sexual assault, spoke out against Armstrong. Both of them are former Scientologists who have said the church harassed them due to their allegations against Masterson. And Jamie continued, adding that Linkin Park failed to address the concern of their diverse fan base and that the music group's recent actions are not something people should acclimate to. He added that the band had betrayed the trust of the fan base who trusted you to be the bigger person and to be the change because you promised that was your intention.
You hired somebody who supported somebody that we don't like, and we don't like that you support the person that supported that guy.
I got the impression she's not even into Scientology anymore.
So she did put out a statement herself telling the fans that she wanted to clear the air about supporting Masterson and said, quote, I was asked to support someone I considered a friend at a court appearance and went to one early hearing as an observer. Soon after, I realized I shouldn't have. She added that she hasn't connected with Masterson since and said, quote, to say it as clearly as possible, I do not condone abuse or violence against women, and I empathize with the victims of these crimes.
I mean, it's very hard for me to understand you blaming somebody that's kind of just tangential to the whole situation, not even really.
For his part, Jamie Bennington concluded, quote, now you're just senile and tone deaf, speaking to Linkin Park.
Yeah, I think he could be a little more.
Why were we trying to recreate the conversation about that yesterday? Because we were talking about. Oh, we drove up to Las Cruces yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how was that?
It was fun. Yeah, it was really good.
Very historic La Posta
in Mesilla,
restaurant, an old Mesilla,
and delicious food.
Yeah, great.
But we were trying to understand why was Dead Sarah maybe? Oh, because I said Dolly Parton had an abortion.
Dude, he would.
You said that over lunch?
No, he said it on the drive up. And I said, what? And he goes, you talked about it last week. I said, no, we were talking about the new lead singer for Linkin Park. And I said, she was in a band called Dead Sarah. And they were on our show when we were in Austin.
Right.
And they told us where the band name came from. So.
Yeah, Dolly Parton's abortion.
No, Dolly Parton never had an abortion. Shut up.
Oh, my bad.
By the way, we need to address.
Oh, Stevie
Nicks.
I confused them for
got pregnant by Don Henley and terminated the pregnancy and then recorded a song called Sarah, which is what she would have named the baby. So Dead Sarah took the name from Sarah.
It's because Don
Henley's abortion.
It's because a Don Henley song was playing, and Buzz goes, what band was he in?
Does he do that to you, too?
Yeah, he does that to me.
He does that when I'm in the car with him also.
I want to keep you guys brushed up.
He's like, what band was he in?
Buzz is always like surprised that I even know that answer.
He's the one that had Dolly Parton's abortion.
Shut the hell right up.
With your entertainment news, I'm Joanna Barba.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
/Get Fargo. Available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers. At GVILaw.com.
Do you recognize this bumper music?
Yeah, that's pretty good, Buzz.
What is it?
Garbage.
Yeah, it is.
Of course.
Number one crush, baby. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people call in asking about the bumper music.
They do.
What is that? That is garbage. You hear me? Garbage.
It's garbage.
So the elephant in the room here that we have not addressed, Nico showed up an hour and a half late for work today.
Hour and 10 minutes.
You would figure he's the one that went to a concert last night.
You're late to work. Who gets a
Okay, so here's the thing.
What's up?
Hold on, let it tease out a little bit.
I'm late. You gonna fire me? There's no one else here, bitch.
True.
Not wrong, actually.
Yeah, not wrong.
So entering the show, Nico Adjemian, you can follow him on social media, Nico Adjective. Also, he will perform at bar mitzvahs, weddings, and birthday parties. You'd do that, wouldn't you? Like if somebody's like, "Hey, we'll pay you $200 to come out to
Hey, for
like
a holiday
like
party?
a personal event."
Can we get you?
Oh, I'm sorry. My rate is higher than that now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get you started on this.
I told you my rate already yesterday. I just
You told me that was the highest rate you've ever been paid.
What's
You didn't
your
say that
rate?
was. What is your rate?
$350 for an hour.
$350 for an hour.
Yeah.
All right. And would you do a stand-up set at a bar mitzvah?
Yeah, in Yiddish? Or what? Yeah, I'll do it anywhere. I'll do it in any language you want, anywhere.
So you were going to explain.
My
what's
phone.
going on.
I think my phone. So I keep putting off the phone updates like over and over and over. I never like.
I
actually
bought
do.
you an alarm clock for Christmas.
The alarm went off. I guess I went back because I normally have like 7 or 8 alarms that go off at once. So,
How many beers do you think you drank? Because I counted the cans. You drank 20 beers.
There's no way
you drank 20 beers.
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
I did not.
Well, hey, don't say that. Take that back. Honestly,
you drank at least 16.
I did not, dude. What?
I did not.
Will you be serious? Honestly, stop being an a-hole right now. Stop being an a-hole. Stop being an a-hole. Okay, because you know that is not true. So don't be a dick.
You drank. How many will you admit to?
Admit to? I'll tell you the truth or whatever. Yeah. I had maybe 8 beers yesterday.
I don't think it was probably closer to 15.
It was not
okay,
15
anyway.
beers. Why are you being a dick and like lying?
Because you were there for hours just crushing beer after
I had
beer
8 beers
beer.
after 6 hours of hanging at your house without you.
I didn't invite you over.
Yeah, you
Where
did.
was Buzz?
He was asleep.
You were just hanging in his house.
Had a
drinking
big
his
lunch.
I like
to go sleep it off.
I like to think that ever since I lived at Buzz's house, I still retain somewhat squatters' rights.
No, you don't.
I'm still allowed.
I'm going to start
over.
setting like booby traps and stuff in my house. Yeah. One of these days, you're going to open. Okay,
and you're going to ask me to install them. You're going to be like, "Can you please like?"
He's going to forget that he asked you.
I bought these booby traps on Amazon, and I just don't know how to set them up myself.
How would you? So the problem really
my
kicked
God, you
in when
too.
I got that patio refrigerator that's out there by the pool and stuff.
Yeah.
And now Nico knows it's just like an open bar 24 hours a
How's
day.
that different than your refrigerator that was closer?
At least, you're breaking and entering to get in to the refrigerator.
That's a good point.
So
that's actually a good point.
Now, I think anytime he's like, I feel like drinking, but I don't feel like paying for it, I'm going to go over to Buzz and just clear him out.
You invited me over afterwards.
After lunch.
No, but then you
I stopped to go do something, and then I came over, and then you were already asleep.
Okay, all right.
But don't say I drank 20. Dude, that is just irresponsible to even say that
You
on
know
air.
his mother hears. Don't say that.
That's not true. You're a lying dick if you say that. Then, and I will repeat that over and over.
Watch
I will
language.
keep saying that. If you keep saying that,
We
then
say
I will say.
we say lying dog-faced pony soldier around here, mister.
Lying dog face pony soldier.
Yeah, there's no way. I would be just like a drooling slob if I had drinking 20 beers.
Drinking is not a word.
Yeah, it is. Drunken. Drink? Drink?
I got a couple of stories here before we take a break. And then I thought we'd come back and do a segment, talk about the debate tonight. This might be the only one. I mean, you would hope they would have another one before now, November 5th, but this might be the only one. They can barely agree to get this one done. This week in science.
Oh, do you remember what I was telling you yesterday?
What's that?
That
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, right. I'm watching The West Wing. It's a political show from the early 2000s, and
in this show,
all the stuff that they are talking about in the government national level of what they're arguing over is nothing about what we argue about today, or even consider.
Right, their big concerns were handguns.
Or school prayer, prayers in school.
Or flag burning.
And these were like big topics to the country, you know?
And our biggest talking point is crowd sizes.
Yeah, crowd size.
Crowd sizes and
saving America
yeah.
insurrection.
Buzz, hey, you guys, there's absolutely no way Nico could crush 16. He's just too small. Where's all that liquid going to go? And, I mean, me, I could probably crush 15 or 20 beers easily. I'm a big guy. I got the space for it. But, I'll vouch for Nico on this one, because when I see Nico at the comedy club or when I see him at Scenic, he'll have the same beer for like at least 45 minutes to an hour. So I know there's no way he's chugging beers at your house, Buzz. You're just being a little over dramatic with your numbers there, buddy.
Yeah,
all right, have a good one, guys.
No. Thank you.
Was that 5 Points guy?
Yeah, that was 5 Points guy.
No, they're.
So what Buzz is doing is disingenuous.
No,
Let me explain this real quick. I had 6 beers from another day last week. Okay, and I
At
left
my house.
at his house, and I left the cans outside because I thought Buzz is going to clean up after me. And
do you see? I can't sustain this. I'll go broke if you come over and drink all my beer.
And
I'm
you
going to
had
quit.
6 more beers yesterday.
Wait, I drank 6 beers last week and 8 yesterday. You can't sustain 2 weeks of what?
If you paid for those in a bar, that would be something like $60.
6 beers
and 8 plus 8. I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit drinking.
Please,
No, I'm going to quit drinking.
Good. This is my way of getting you to
because I'm
quit.
drinking too much, but because you're drinking.
My
too much.
way of getting you to stop drinking is to drink all your beer.
You guys, I'm too tired to settle both of you down.
Anyways, so this is what he's doing. He's saying, "Oh, what about those 6 beers you had from last week? Because those were still on the table yesterday, and the cans." And so he's looking at these 6 beers. Going, how could you drink all that? I'm like, dude, these are from last week.
I'm not judging you.
They're from the last
if you
time.
drank 20 beers, that's fine.
I didn't though.
I still love you. It's
This
fine.
5 Points guy confirms I don't do that.
I thought a couple weeks ago I revoked your come out and hang out whenever you feel like privileges.
He just said you invited him over.
What are you talking about?
Hey, guys, I'm just calling in to let you know that you guys are super funny this morning. And I'm on my way to work, and I'm pretty sure people are seeing me laugh to myself and thinking that I'm a complete psychopath. But honestly, why don't you guys fire Nico if he's continuously showing up to work late?
Oh, right.
You guys are kind of facilitating that behavior. Anyway, have a good day. Bye.
Well, I've expressed this before. Nico is a lost cause. We're never going to solve whatever it is with Nico. I just want to stress to young people out there who have not held a job yet, you can't get away with this.
Don't you
not
say
everybody's
that Nico tells your daughter things and you're don't tell her that.
Don't go to college. Don't even worry about that.
And they
be a
both
stand-up comic.
And your Buzz is over here telling his daughter, don't listen to Nico.
My daughter had said, my daughter hasn't had a job yet. She would like to get one, and I'm trying to make sure she goes in with the right attitude, but we're out on the patio. Nico's already drank like 100 beers at that point.
God, you're
and
just
my
so...
daughter says minimum wage, minimum effort. And I
wonder where she got that from.
Not me. And I was ready to jump ugly on her and tell her, you know what? You have that kind of attitude, you're going to be making minimum wage for the rest of your life.
Wait, haven't you
Nico
acknowledged how lazy you are?
Yeah.
So, where's your hard work?
He's done
my
30
career.
years of it.
Oh, so I just have to do like 15 years of hard work, and then the next 15 I can coast.
Yeah,
well, I'm not coasting. Come on, I show up on time every day, dude.
Sometimes without his key, sometimes without his computer password, but he's here.
That is true.
We got a lot of people.
It's not a competition. Both of you
Hey,
guys
Buzz, about the Nico beer thing. Maybe instead of leaving beer out, you should just put a tray of escargot. It'll distract him from the beer. He'll keep the beer, and then he'll be entertained with the escargot.
Yes, snails. Give me some snails.
Guess
I'll never
what?
drink another beer.
Escargot's more expensive than beer is.
He's going to have like 20 cans of escargot.
Right.
I'm concerned about your drinking, so I'm
please.
I don't care if you both drink yourself silly.
Thank you, Joanna.
Just, be here. I don't want to be running the show by myself.
You know what? I started drinking. There were 2 things going on. Number one, the pandemic.
Don't do this. No. No. I don't want to have this talk. Well, what he does is he goes, "You're the reason. You made me drink."
Yeah.
It's like,
Buzz is very susceptible to peer pressure.
Oh, yes, I am.
Joanna, he's a goddamn adult, okay? Buzz is
I was stuck in a house
Buzz is a
with
50,
you.
He's a
Listen to me.
58-year-old
He's an
man.
overgrown man-child.
He's a
with a beard.
58-year-old
I'm
man.
not 58.
If he can't make decisions on his own at this point and not blame
He
other
never
people.
could.
Okay, let me just say.
And he can never take accountability.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I still
That is
love
true.
both of you. I don't care how many beers you drink. Just show up to work.
You remember the pandemic.
Don't leave me here in the trenches
No,
alone.
just
I
shut
was
up.
trapped.
Oh my God. Oh, so
at home.
So you're this way
with a certain influence.
You're this way because I can't change. Oh, obviously, I don't even hang out with you. I don't hang out with you most of the day. We're completely
who are
separate.
You drinking with
yeah, who
by
are you
yourself?
drinking with?
That's sad.
That is kind of sad.
Yeah, myself. But it's just left over from pandemic, man.
I'll just shut up.
Let's take a break.
Both are terrible. It's not a competition.
20 beers, man. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, and we have more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show on the way right after this.
Artist interviews, new music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases, champion of all things rock.
Breathe a little easy. Click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
All right, I have a few other stories I would like to get to. Hearing from people who went to the Jelly Roll concert last night. Sounds like everybody appreciated what Jelly Roll did there.
What did he do?
He put on a show, and Joanna said it was like going to church.
Oh, my God.
Not Catholic church, though. That's
No,
like
but
going
I
to
am
a
a
Baptist
convert.
church. Yeah.
Church of Jelly Roll.
Church of Jelly Roll.
Is his like set design kind of church themed?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Buzz, I just woke up right now, turned on the radio. I'm hearing you guys talk right now. I guess Nico messed up again. I guess it's rubbing off on me, too, because I went to the Jelly Roll concert last night. Couldn't get up to go to work. And I actually get up, go into work around 4:30 in the morning. So
damn.
Hats off to Joanna, because I know she went there last night, and she's there all full of energy. I cannot go to work all like that. So I'm like, Nico, no, thank you, Nico, for rubbing that, whatever you got, man. All right. You guys have a good morning. Oh, also, Jelly Roll was an awesome. Whoever did show up missed out a good show. All right. You guys have a good morning.
Getting good reviews from the Jelly Roll show.
Okay, I am not responsible for you waking up late, and I am not responsible for Buzz drinking. You are adults. You make your own decisions. I don't hold your hand.
Mm-hmm. I got a couple of.
Hey, wait. There's one more. There's one more neckline call.
Okay, go ahead. Oops.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, Nico, I'm glad you didn't drink 20 beers. I was really concerned that you did. That's a lot of beer. And as far as you and Buzz, you guys are going to be you're going to be together forever.
Well.
You guys, you guys know each other too well, and you work too good together to have something like beer break you up. But it's so anyway. I'm glad that Nico didn't drink all that beer.
He drank a lot.
And if he did, that's his. I mean, it's free beer.
Hey, free beer. Yeah. What do you expect a guy to do?
Yeah.
A couple of science stories. So I think this was a scene in the Meg.
Do you want?
Oh, what?
You get a call.
Oh, we do?
A live call.
Oh, I'm just so not used to those. I do want to take the live call. It's Stoner Guy. Hello, Stoner Guy.
Yo, what up, man?
Hey. How's it going
So
in?
that last call was great, but all the other calls before then, man, they all escalate so quickly to firing Nico, man.
Yeah.
We can't have that happen.
It goes from Nico's late and he came over and drank 20 of my beers to fire Nico.
No, yeah, we can't live that way. It's not sustainable.
Thanks, man.
They need to calm down.
All
But
right.
hey, on another note, yeah, dude, Linkin Park with their new singer and everything, they just need to make the music, dude. Not worry about all the outside talk and everything like that. It needs to be music oriented, and man, because I love that new song.
Yeah, it's a really good song, and Emily seems to be a good fit with the band.
And it's a message, too, that they're trying to portray, which is what Chester always did, man. And so he's...
Did you hear the part where Chester's son is pissed at Linkin Park for getting a new lead singer?
Yeah, no, I did hear that. But
Chester died 7 years ago. That is a long enough mourning time, and if you're going to continue as a band, they're not the first guys to have done it with a new lead singer. Yeah. AC/DC's still out there rocking, and their lead singer died 45 years ago. All right, thanks, Stoner Guy.
I mean, Dave Grohl didn't, reinvent Nirvana or whatever, but he kept going as well.
Yeah.
All
right. That's a good point.
Thanks, Stoner Guy.
Dude, y'all have a good one, man.
You too, buddy. Thanks, man. I guess the way that the band said that they came together was not because they were looking to restart Linkin Park necessarily, but they were just, hanging out with different musicians during the past several years, and that I guess it clicked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they weren't even looking to continue or to do new music. They just were like, hey, this is working.
Which I guess shows that I don't think there's the ulterior motives that Chester Bennington's son is kind of ascribing.
You're right.
He's taken it very personally, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So researchers think an 8-foot shark that they had tagged and been tracking for several months got eaten by an even bigger shark. An 8-foot is a pretty big shark.
A mega shark? The Meg?
That's like the scene from the Meg. So it's if this is what actually happened, the researchers say it's the first time a shark that big has been hunted down by an even larger predator. See, they are automatically thinking it's a bigger shark. It could be a Cthulhu. Or a Kraken. Come on, people.
A Kraken
use
or
your
Cthulhu?
Yeah.
Or the Meg.
This is something that came up on one of the AfterBuzzes on Thursday. We're going to do an AfterBuzz today. By the way, that's our post-show podcast that we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you like it, you can subscribe to it. It gets pretty crazy, but we were talking about this. Boeing's Starliner ship that's been docked to the space station headed home and got back safely, but with nobody on board because it was too risky because Boeing.
You mean they were space docked?
Mm-hmm. Researchers have thought about constructing, and Joanna, not a joke here, an elevator between Earth and space.
Oh, we did talk about this on the AfterBuzz.
We did.
Yeah. It's like an old science fiction thing.
Supposedly, they say we have the technology to do it. And it's just what it sounds like, a gigantic
elevator
structure, like the world's largest radio tower that goes all the way out of the atmosphere and into space. And if you want to...
I think they're called orbital elevators or...
Well, I mean, whatever they're going to call them, there hasn't been one yet.
Yeah, space. You were telling me about a Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah, Ad Astra. So he works on a space elevator in that movie. That's like his day job before he goes out to space. Is that he gets on one of these, but supposedly they've had the technology to do it for about 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it's just the cost.
The cost and the funding, and you want to make sure everything is absolutely safe. But can you imagine, you get on at ground level, you get on an elevator, the trip is something like 2 hours, and then you step off into a space station or, there's some kind of habitat for you up there.
I'm sure the people stuck on the space station would appreciate an easier way of getting off.
If they could just get to an elevator. So that might happen in the next 5 to 10 years, they think. And somebody put together a list of the best breakfast cereals of all time. You guys want to do a little cereal talk here today?
Love cereal.
I mean, we're on during breakfast.
Yeah.
And
got a lot of serial killers out there.
They kill a bowl of cereal every morning.
What are your top 3 favorites?
My top favorites? Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hell yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't even buy anything anymore. Actually, I'm lactose intolerant now, so I haven't had a bowl of cereal in a long time.
I do go
get almond milk or something.
I do go Cookie for Cookie Crisp.
Oh man, I remember when that first came out. I was watching the commercial. It's like, and my brother was watching it. It's like, those are tiny little cookies in a bowl of milk.
Yeah, little cookies.
Is there any way Mom is going to go for this?
Did you get her to?
Yep.
Nice.
She bought them. And it was just like, we felt like we were getting away with something the whole time. We're eating cookies and milk for breakfast. The first cold cereal came out in 1863, meaning cereal, as you think of it, like breakfast cereal, not oatmeal.
Was hot.
No. It's now around 160 years old.
But you're saying it was hot before it was cold?
No, it was the first cold cereal. I don't know what they're
Because
counting.
it was hot before, like oatmeals were considered like a type of cereal.
Okay.
Like Quaker Oats,
Complex.com created a list of the 50 best breakfast cereals of all time. None of healthiness was not considered, just judging from the cereal on here. So, Joanne, favorite of all time?
Corn Pops.
Corn Pops?
Yeah.
What are Corn Pops?
They're corn that pop. No, they're like little.
Look up Corn Pops.
What was the mascot?
Some dude that would always say, "Gotta have my pops."
Gotta have my pops, yeah. It's not the one with the frog. That's Smacks, right?
That's Sugar Smacks. Except they quit calling them Sugar Smacks because sugar became a bad word.
And smack sounds like heroin.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely seen this. Yeah. Sugar and smack. It's a recipe for disaster.
You like Pops.
Corn Pops
Yeah.
were much better, though, when they came in that, like, foil.
I've only ever seen these on the shelf. I've never bought Corn Pops.
I am a Frosted Flakes guy. I could down a whole box by myself.
Frosted Flakes are good.
Is that Tony the Tiger?
They're great.
They're okay.
No, they are great.
Just slice up bananas and put them.
No,
because to me that was the only way it was good.
Really?
Well, yeah, with bananas.
They're frosted.
You put some banana on there.
Like you're
really
thinking of the regular cornflakes.
Maybe.
Yeah, regular cornflakes without any of that frosting, it just tastes like nothing.
They're not great. Okay, so I'm going to start with number one. And they also include the year they were introduced, okay? Again, I don't think healthiness went into the equation. Number one, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That is delicious.
It is good.
That is good.
Yeah. And then it makes the milk all like cinnamony. So good.
Do you drink the milk after you've eaten all the cereal?
Yes.
Ugh.
What do you do with the milk? Oh,
I
you
throw it
can't
out.
because
I give it to my dogs.
you get bubble guts.
No, but I've always done that. I don't.
Oh, you've
my
never-
cousins would just like take the bowl and drink that milk.
Dude, I
You
don't
give
care
them
what
milk
anyone
to your
says.
dogs?
That is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what anyone says. I'm still drinking cow milk.
Yeah, I'll drink it.
Number two.
Didn't they used to have bars like where they would sell the milk?
Milk bars.
Yeah, milk bars. Where they would sell the milk that was flavored in the cereal.
In Clockwork Orange, they did.
Clockwork Orange, they did that. And no, yeah, you're right. There used to be a place here that would sell that.
The milk. You could get the
and
milk.
it was like Fruity Pebbles or
right,
Captain Crunch.
We got to move this along.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Honey Nut Cheerios, introduced in 1979. Cheerios, by the way, are loved by babies for some reason. I don't know why it is,
It's a
but
good
babies
food
will.
to introduce to babies.
Yeah, they can
at an
grab
early
'em.
age. Yeah.
Cheerios comes in 31 on the list. Number three, Captain Crunch Crunch Berries, introduced in 1967. Is that different from just regular Captain Crunch?
Yeah, you got Crunch Berries.
What's that?
Berries that crunch?
No. Are there like little colored pieces in it? or
Yes.
something? I've never had
Those
that.
are the berries.
That crunch.
Oreos. Introduced in 1997. You ever heard of Oreo O's?
have.
Oreo O's. That's what it's called.
But I've never had them, I think.
Fruit Loops. Introduced all the way back in 1963.
Toucan Sam.
That's right. It was the Toucan Sam. And did you know that fruit is spelled with two O's?
Mm-hmm.
Number six, Apple Jacks.
I love Apple Jacks.
Wow,
Introduced in
I haven't had Apple Jacks forever.
1965. I liked Apple Jacks when I was a kid. Number seven is Frosted Flakes. There you go. Introduced in 1952.
Hey.
Now, here's one. Sometimes I do, even with my lactose intolerance, a bowl of Lucky Charms is really good sometimes. You don't like Lucky Charms?
I hate
with the marshmallows in them?
I hate those little marshmallows.
What?
When you bite into them, they do like this little squeaky thing. I can't.
Pink stars, green clovers, blue moons?
hearts, stars, and horseshoes,
Squeaky
clovers, and
balloons.
blue moons. They do the marshmallows have like this weird crunch.
Oh, I hate it.
I love them.
It gives me like heebie-jeebies.
Honey bunches of oats with almonds, introduced in 1989. That sounds like something like an 80-year-old person would eat. I gotta get more fiber in my diet.
Everybody's criticizing
You probably
my
should.
cereal.
Huh?
Everyone's criticizing my cereal.
Why?
The Savior in the app chat says Joanna's starting off with the worst cereal.
Pops was not known as the
Corn
best.
Pops, right? Corn Pops.
Corn Pops. I
They
gotta
were
have
good.
my Pops,
They were
all right?
good. They were
Gotta
good.
have my Pops.
Coming in at number 10, Cocoa Puffs, introduced in 1958. Is that's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
Cuckoo? No, yeah.
Cookie Crisp, introduced in 1977.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah. Wait, who says that?
The mascot.
What's the mascot?
Like a wolf?
Like a dog? Or
No, it's
something?
kind of.
No, it's a wolf, yeah.
See, when they originally came out, there was a wizard called Cookie Jarvis. And he was the spokesman for Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Jarvis.
Number 12, Honey Smacks. Wait,
I gotta get my smacks.
How are Honey Smacks different from Sugar Smacks? Introduced in 1953. Sugar Smacks has not shown up here yet.
Maybe they were called Honey Smacks and we said sugar instead.
No, they were Sugar Smacks.
There's a frog, right?
Sugar Smacks is the frog.
Sugar Smacks.
Golden Grams.
Oh, I love
introduced
Golden
in 1976. Oh, those Golden Grams. Oh, those Golden Grams. That was a jingle back in the 80s.
Wow, you're just like an old-timey commercial in one person.
Tricks, introduced in 1954. And Silly Rabbit. Tricks
are for kids.
Captain Crunch, Oops, All the Berries, introduced in 1997.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Is that when they just took the Captain Crunch out and just made it the
and it was
berries?
just the berries.
Rice Krispies Treat Cereal, introduced in 1993. Wheaties, introduced in 1991. Cocoa Pebbles.
Love them.
No Fruity Pebbles?
Hell
Cocoa Pebbles, but no Fruity Pebbles.
You're a Fruity Pebble.
Introduced in 1971. Something called French Toast Crunch?
Ooh.
Oh my
you know what
God,
that is?
I loved that.
French Toast Crunch was delicious.
And it looked like little pieces of toast Buzz.
They were shaped like toast.
And Honey O's, introduced in 1980. Was that the one with a bee? Was he the mascot?
What is it?
Honey O's.
No, the bee was the Cheerios mascot.
Honey O's.
Bee was the Cheerios mascot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the bee is the Cheerios.
All right, real quick, lightning round. What is not in the top 50 that, or 20? I did the top 20. What was in the top 20?
You mentioned Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles,
Where the hell
right.
are those? I love that.
Right, Fruity Pebbles. My dad would mix Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles and Captain Crunch together.
Your dad's a mad genius.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Well, he was a chemist, so.
No, was he a chemist?
Without a college degree, but yeah, that's basically what he did was chemistry.
Huh.
I think a lot of us know the elite combination of just regular cornflakes with some sugar and banana.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like Rice Krispies, I would have to put sugar in there.
Cinnamon
banana.
Life.
Yeah.
Dude, Cinnamon Life deserves a
What the
spot
hell is
on.
cinnamon life?
Is that the one where, hey,
Cinnamon-
Mikey, I think he
Well,
likes
that was the original Life, but then they came out with the
that
cinnamon
kid
version.
died from eating Pop Rocks and soda.
That is an urban legend. He was killed by a sniper in Vietnam. Just kidding.
You say that I'm a Fruit Loop and my heart's upon the shelf. Inside a box of cereal, I must explain myself. Well, I know I love my Wheaties, but I hate to see you go. Listen to me totally before you Cheerio. Here we go.
All right.
Derek sent me a picture of Snailios, the escargot of breakfast.
Try Snailios, the favorite.
Derek for the win.
The favorite Christmas breakfast of the Jimmy clan. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Nico Jimmy has news headlines coming up next.
That's right. Possibly the only presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Trump is tonight. All the details next in news.
music news, concert updates, song and album factoids, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
Open till midnight.
Your crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California and via third-party delivery. Hours may vary by location.
Broadcasting in El Paso to El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
Debate night in America. Let's get it on! Shannon Bream of Fox News is going to be the moderator, and Nico's going to talk about it in news coming up. Do you have all the different rules and conditions and everything in your story?
What did you just say? Shannon Bream of Fox News is going to be the moderator for tonight's debate?
Correct.
It's on ABC News.
Oh, she's doing like
what are you talking
Fox
about?
News simulcast.
It's
they were promoting it during
it's
football.
David Muir, and gosh, I can't think of the other one. It's two people. It's not.
I guess I thought Shannon Bream was doing it because they kept showing the promo for Shannon Bream during the Cowboys game on Sunday.
Lindsay Davis.
Thank you. It's David Muir.
David Muir.
And Lindsay Davis.
God, I remember watching.
It's not even on Fox, man.
Well, they're going to, everybody's going to be shadow casting it or whatever.
Shadow casting.
I used to watch David Muir when he was on overnight. Like he was the anchor on NBC when I was getting up and getting ready for work, like 20 something years ago.
Well, he's good. Why did you bring up your Newt Joanna in the breaker? And he was like, was my Newt Rockney impression really good yesterday?
It's just a stupid conversation we got into.
Your what?
Newt Rockney. You don't know who Newt Rockney is? Save it for Steve. Cappy will be
I'll
in
save
later.
it for Steve.
We started talking about the movie Newt Rockney. Well, we started talking about Ronald Reagan and the Gipper and why he was called the Gipper. He played this character, George Gipp, in Newt Rockney All-American.
And Buzz was doing his best Gipper impression. And anyways, it was fun.
That was at our lunch yesterday. I was regaling everybody with my...
Did you have to leave the tip?
I did.
Yeah. Well, Steve did too.
Let's go ahead and get into our news headlines for today.
Good morning. This is your wake-up call.
Morning is the news. All right, people. None of it is good.
Woo!
And the weather's good.
How long till we get this thing started?
Here we go. It's time for news headlines with Nico Ajemian. Good morning, Nico.
Good morning, Buzz. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning.
After another day of searching, authorities in Kentucky had little to show for their efforts to find Joseph A. Couch. The 32-year-old suspect is suspected to have been the person who would have wounded 5 people who were driving down I-75 late Saturday afternoon. With Couch still on the run, some schools were forced to cancel classes in the area. Master Trooper Scotty Pennington of the Kentucky State Police said that search teams with dogs on the ground, cars on the interstate, and helicopters and drones in the air are being used to search in and around the Daniel Boone National Forest.
So he had communicated with somebody a couple hours before the shooting. He said he was going to go out and try and kill as many people as possible and then kill himself. So there's a chance that he killed himself, but they haven't found... They found the vehicle and they found the weapon, but they haven't found the guy yet.
Luckily, he's only wounded people and he hadn't
but
killed anybody.
one person got shot in the face, so it was a serious
very
injury.
serious. And like you said, thanks to a $10,000 donation from an anonymous person and $5,000 from the Kentucky State Police, the reward for information leading to Couch's arrest stands at $15,000. According to a court affidavit, a woman called authorities less than 30 minutes before Couch allegedly opened fire, saying he had texted her to say, "I'm going to kill a lot of people." Well, try at least. I'll kill myself afterward. Police initiated a tracker on Couch's cell phone after the call, but the information wasn't returned to them until almost 90 minutes after the shooting. He's still at large, but he's already been charged. The affidavit charges Couch with 5 counts of criminal attempt to commit murder and first-degree assault. Here is Scotty Pennington with the Kentucky State Patrol talking about the strategies to catch him.
Our goal is to apply steady pressure and wearing Mr. Couch down.
We'll search until we can find him, until we exhaust all resources.
Well, tonight is the night for the ABC News presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President DT. Both candidates have been working to spin the expectations for what may be the only debate between the candidates before the November 5th election. Harris says Trump is probably going to speak a lot of untruth, while Trump's team says his opponent will finally be forced to defend her record. You inhaled?
They're not allowed to address each other, I think is one of the rules. They're not allowed to ask a question or address the other person. That's one of the rules that they're going with on ABC tonight.
Then what's the point of a debate? Why don't you just have two separate people giving two different speeches in the different rooms? The whole point of a debate is so you can respond to a person's answer.
Well, you can respond, but for instance, Kamala Harris couldn't address a question directly to Donald Trump under the rules of the debate.
You. Okay. Well, the debate will be moderated by David Muir and Lindsay Davis starting tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That will be 7 here in El Paso. The rules agreed by both candidates include each candidate's microphone being muted, while their opponent is speaking, which was the same set of rules in place for the Trump-Biden debate that ultimately resulted in President Joe Biden withdrawing from the race. Joanna, what do you think of my idea for us to watch this tonight?
Mm-hmm. And you drink 20 beers?
And yes, Joanna. You know what? That was a low blow.
I'm sorry.
You know I didn't.
I only had 3 hours of sleep.
You know I didn't.
What?
Live
Share
tweet.
your idea.
Live tweeting the whole debate.
Hell yeah! Live tweeting is back, y'all.
Let's do some live tweets.
Then we got me and you. Joanna's going to come over. Okay.
Yes,
Joanna, come over.
Okay,
you can have 20 beers.
Apparently, she has only gotten 3 hours of sleep, though.
I'm sorry.
Hurricane Francine is making a beeline for the Louisiana Gulf Coast. The storm is forecast to possibly be a Category 2 hurricane when it makes landfall tomorrow around 8 p.m. Eastern. That'll bring some rough weather to New Orleans, which announced yesterday during a press conference that a shelter-in-place order has been issued for residents. Evacuation orders are in place for the southern part of the Bayou, including Terrebonne Parish and Grand Isle, Louisiana. Grand Isle is forecast to receive a storm surge between 5 to 10 feet in height. The island, home of around 1,500 people, has an official elevation of just 7 feet above sea level. All right, here's Colin Arnold with the
We do believe that this is a shelter-in-place scenario storm, and that for the public, they should be pay a lot of attention to this, enact their plan for a shelter-in-place, lower-level indirect hit from a tropical storm or Category 1 hurricane.
If you're interested, here's what most of the houses and businesses, and I'm about to show you a picture of a church in Grand Isle, Louisiana. This is what most of them look like. You ready?
Oh, wow. They're all on stilts.
Yeah, they're elevated, 10 feet in the air because of the floodwaters. Wow. They have 7 feet above sea level. They experience a lot of seasonal flooding. And we just passed the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina last week, or a couple of weeks ago. Within the past couple of weeks.
Which means we're also passing the 20-year anniversary of Kanye West saying
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Right.
Yeah, well, Kanye doesn't care about Jews.
Well, RFK Jr.'s batting average was .500 yesterday. The Michigan Supreme Court overruled an earlier appeals court decision and said his name must remain on the November 5th ballot in the state. With no other recourse open to RFK Jr., his name will be on the ballot. However, the North Carolina Supreme Court went the opposite direction, issuing a 4-3 ruling yesterday that his name must be removed from the state's ballot.
If his name is on the ballot, does that help Trump or does it help Harris?
It helps Harris because it would split Trump's vote. I guess they're saying that more people voting for Robert F. Kennedy.
RFK Jr. was a Democrat until last year.
What does that even mean anymore?
Well, I don't know.
What does it even mean?
Well,
what does Republican mean anymore? Election officials will have to reprint those ballots and reassemble absentee ballot packages. Over 136,000 absentee ballot requests have been made as of late last week in North Carolina. State attorneys for the board have said it could take 2 weeks to get the reprinted ballots, which will be really close to that September 21st federal deadline for absentee ballots to be sent in by the military and overseas voters.
Joanne, I want you to listen to this. This is the last of the Mohicans, okay?
Okay.
The final beer that Nico left in my refrigerator.
You know what? I'm going to go over today, and I am going to go drink all the rest of what's in there.
Well, you better stop at the store because you cleared me out.
Shut up.
Not even your Heidi beers? You have your Heidi beers.
What are my Heidi beers?
The ones you hide so that Nico doesn't drink all.
Okay, Joanne, I don't go over to his house anymore, so he doesn't do that. Like,
he doesn't have to.
I don't even know why he's complaining about me drinking with him once a month or less than that.
Oh, you guys don't spend a lot of time.
We really
together
don't
anymore.
that much anymore.
It's too expensive for me.
Oh, shut the hell up.
I could take a chick to Vegas for what Nico cost me in beer in a month.
Up. Okay.
Not the girls you'd take, trust me.
Oh, yeah. The girls cost more money themselves.
That is slanderous. That's not true. I've never paid anybody to go to Vegas.
I was going to say. Well, are you a Big Lots fan?
Love it.
Discount retailer Big Lots is having big problems.
Ooh.
The company has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and has sold to the private equity firm Nexus Capital Management.
Dang, read all about it at KLAQ.com.
Oh, Joanna has a big article about that. The company has struggled as high interest rates and slow housing markets have led to a downturn in demand for its closeout furniture and home.
Closeout?
I don't know. What's a closeout furniture?
Closeout. Hey, it's closeout prices, man. Yeah.
One final price. Yeah.
Oh. The company runs over 1,300 stores in 48 states, but plans to close almost 300 locations. Hopefully not any El Paso ones. The sale to Nexus isn't complete yet, though. Big Lots will hold a court-supervised auction for the business. And the FBI released a report on cryptocurrency scams.
Otherwise known as cryptocurrency.
Well, it revealed that Americans lost $5.6 billion to cryptocurrency scams just last year. James Barnacle, the Deputy Assistant Director of the Criminal Investigative Division at the FBI, said some people take mortgages or third mortgages or equity lines of credit just to
get in the crypto game
some
because
Bitcoin.
Because Matt Damon shamed him into doing it during the Super Bowl.
And called me a coward.
Yeah, called me a coward for not buying crypto. And that was that one where the guy got sentenced to life in prison, right? The Sam Bankman-Fried?
Mm-hmm. That's the exact same.
I have a beef against Matt Damon that is not going away anytime soon.
Because of that?
Well, I didn't get into crypto, but just the fact that he was basically calling me a coward for not buying crypto.
Well, an egg recall is...
You Matt Damon. We got to take a break.
Okay.
Debate tonight might be the only one between now and November 5th, Election Day. So that's on ABC.
Oh, hey there then, USA. I'm Bob. I hear you're about to have a big election, and let's be honest, you're not so good at that. So pretty soon, half of you might want to move out of the country. Think about coming to Canada. We're just north of you. Relocate to Canada. Everyone here is nice.
Go home, you psychos.
Most of us are nice. We can all have a pop. Canada has lots in common with the USA. We both have roads, cities, bacon, plus we both have Canadian geese. They will bite you in the butt or the crotch, whatever, because Canadians are flexible. Canada is interesting. Sometimes we're French. Bonjour. Plus, from Canada, you can get right into Alaska, where I think it's legal to hunt people if you're into that sort of shenanigans.
Let's go get people.
Yeah. So once it's time to move, consider Canada. We have loonies too, and toonies. We throw them at strippers. I like polar bears.
Paid for by Move to Canada after the election, eh? Pitter patter. Justin Trudeau. What?
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
With Nature Made, it's recommended vitamin and supplement brand. based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, we're going to get back to news, but Nico pulled a disappearing act.
Oh my God, where did he go?
I don't know. He might be outside for a smoke. Restroom visit is possible.
This is why people get mad.
I'm telling you, this Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is hands down, bar none, the trashiest television I've ever seen. It's on Hulu. It will make you dumber. That is not just like a Mormon mom. That is some
what's her
like
name again?
Taylor Frankie Paul.
Taylor Frankie Paul.
She's like ugly hot.
Buzz was just how he's like, I don't know if she's hot or just skinny.
She like,
I've been reading her Instagram, so whatever they put.
A little weird face.
That's what I mean. Like the little weird.
She looks like Chaka from Land of the Lost.
Yes, but body
kicking,
banging,
yeah.
You know.
And she's like an A cup. So for me to say she's got a banging body with an A cup, that is
like
high
them a little
praise.
top heavy.
I do. But on her Instagram, whatever she posts, it's just like dog. It's they're just trashing everything she puts up there.
Oh, they are so not Mormon.
Do you remember about 20 years ago, they had like Breaking Amish that was supposed to be about these Amish people involved in drug, and it turned out it was like 100% fake.
No, but I think Amish people are known for like meth labs and stuff. Some of them are.
Yeah, but the show that they put
Amish
on,
Mafia.
yeah,
Amish Mafia.
Yeah, that did you ever watch it?
No.
Well, let me tell you, it
didn't.
was clearly phony.
They weren't Amish?
I don't know if they might have been Amish at one point, and maybe she's been in a Mormon temple in her life.
Butt.
Of her?
Yeah. Are you saying that admiringly?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, she's going to end up doing porn.
And then what did I tell you? Well, no, not porn. They don't do that no more. OnlyFans.
Yeah, she'll do it OnlyFans. And then she was like, I created Mom Talk.
It's so weird because she's posting like her kid's full on face.
We were just talking about that.
I said in this stupid, it's on Hulu, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, they show their kids, and they all have little kids. All the moms are like in their 20s. Most of them are smoking hot. But they show their kids. That's almost, in my mind, the equivalent of having a baby in the background of a porno shoot. Just inappropriate. And everybody's dragging her for having a picture.
Moms can't be hot and post these things.
No, but if you're doing
in the context of the show, they show the baby.
If you're doing
and
a
then
thirst trap,
they're all sitting around talking
if you're
about.
doing a thirst trap.
Then they're all, that's a
Like
thirst trap
the one
with your
you're
baby.
looking at right now, she's got this little teeny bikini on, and then her daughter's in the background.
Right, like cut that out.
With a matching swimsuit.
It makes you feel a little weird by
Also,
Oogling.
Joanna, there's this one couple where what they're dealing with is the husband, I guess, had like a porn and sex addiction or whatever.
Gay porn.
Yeah, I think that might be part of it, actually.
I called that as soon as he showed up on screen. I said, that dude's gay.
You did say that.
Wow, Buzz.
But, Joanna, the way that they're talking about this problem and like how they've been lying to their friends and stuff, and then I go, yeah, a reality show is how you really fixed your marital problems.
So we were having issues, and we decided, let's do this reality show
Right.
to really strengthen our marriage.
It's not like you should go to get counseling. You know.
Is it okay to get a boob job if you're a Mormon mom? Because she's definitely had a boob job.
No, she hasn't.
Yes, she has.
No, those look
No, she did because they were touching her boobs. Remember, they were touching her boobs, and they were like, "It's not hard anymore."
Okay.
I just thought about that.
Yeah, smoking hot body, kind of looks like a monkey in the face. A little bit.
I had a friend who was Mormon. I used to go to church pretty often.
We had a family that was Mormon, and there were like 5 of them. Everybody, all the daughters were gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Were just beautiful and super cool. And they were always doing like fun family stuff together. And in a lot of ways, they were like the coolest family. We didn't even have a Mormon temple in the town I grew up in.
We got some people are calling in about this.
Yeah?
Yep. Can you pot it up, please?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Buzz, my wife has already binge-watched that entire Mormon wife show. I had no idea what it was about until you were talking about it on air. Man, I wish I would have deleted my Hulu. I don't need her watching that crap. Later, guys.
Somebody else has something to talk about the Mormon part.
Hey there, morning show. Yeah, they're called Jack Mormons, and that means like you're officially claiming Mormon, but you pretty much do whatever the heck you want. Yeah, that's a common thing. A lot of people up from that area, they claim to be Mormon, but they still drink and smoke and carry on. Yeah,
drink caffeine.
They're called Jack Mormons, just to let you know.
Yeah, what do they drink? Pepsi? You're not allowed to have caffeine because it's a stimulant. Yeah. I mean, I was telling Nico, I was brought up in a church, a Baptist church,
which is basically Mormon.
No, it's not. And we were all the kids in our youth group were supposed to be good kids, but. Man, if I'd had half a chance, if I could have got a girl to pay attention to me, I would have gone to town.
Yeah, why weren't there more teen pregnancies in your church and area?
Our valedictorian, our senior year, was pregnant our junior year, and she got married between her sophomore and junior year. Got pregnant and was pregnant her senior year of high school. She got married at 16.
What?
And she was the valedictorian. She was the smartest person in the school.
Did she go to college or anything?
I don't know. Man, I don't know. It was almost like, that was pretty scandalous back then, but she got married,
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that long ago that people got married at 16 or 17.
We used to have a pretty big teen pregnancy problem in El Paso.
Really?
Dude, the high school I went to, everyone was pregnant.
We still might, but
we used to say, don't drink the water. It's in the water.
I'm not even going to say it. Anyways, I was like, what's in the water?
Derek says Mormons can have boob jobs as long as the implants are decaffeinated.
But there used to, do you remember, Joanna, there used to be a bus that would pick up all the pregnant moms in the district.
Would go to
was it called
school.
the Bang Bus?
They were going to
high school.
They were high school.
Oh, sorry.
Girls
I
bus.
withdraw that.
No, there used to be a bus that would pick up all the pregos
and take them to their doctor's appointments.
Except, I think,
Like how many people would be on the bus?
A full bus load.
It was a bus.
You needed a bus.
A bus load of pregnant teenage high school students.
I went to Parkland High School, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Big pregnancy rate.
You claim lots of different high schools, Joanna.
That's the one I graduated from.
Did you go to Coronado?
Yeah, exactly. I know she claims that one too.
I did.
No late night roundup?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay.
I'm running on 3 hours of sleep.
Let's I think we still have a break.
Yeah, we do.
How many more news stories did you have?
Am I still doing that?
Yeah. You're supposed to.
You got really distracted with the Mormon mom buzz.
Oh, I did. Well, because Nico wasn't back from, what'd you do, take a smoke break?
No, the bathroom.
Bathroom break. Okay, fine.
What? Get ready for the most anticipated night in politics since Trump versus Biden.
Everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
She stands just steps away from history.
Hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
But he stands in her way.
Kamala Harris. Did you see her last night on television with the laugh?
Trump versus Harris, the free-for-all in Philly tonight.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from Aerosmith to Nirvana to...
Your phone in Mexico, like 2 countries, 1 network. Only with AT&T. Visit att.com/one network for details.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
Presidential debate tonight on ABC. David Muir is going to moderate along with who was the other person from ABC that was going to moderate?
Lindsay Davis.
Okay.
Also, we might be live tweeting.
Well, we need to decide if we're going to do it or not.
You'll be live threading.
Yeah.
What's that?
Using threads instead of X.
Yeah.
Tell me what threads are.
It's like Twitter, but on Instagram.
It's like Twitter, but on it. Okay. No, I'm out. I'm too confused by this.
So then just regular tweet.
You can't be out if you want to participate in society.
Just regular tweet. I
don't even have a Twitter account.
Oh, you don't?
No.
No.
Oh.
Buzz is going to write a strongly worded letter.
Yeah. And I'm going to send it to the editor of the El Paso Times.
You're going to be like, print this bitch.
These were my thoughts on this debate that happened 2 weeks ago.
So, big stories today. James Earl Jones passed away.
Mufasa!
You know, a lot of actors go their whole career without having an iconic role, and he's had several. 93 years old. I thought he died a couple of years ago, but then I realized it was just the funeral scene from Coming to America 2.
I think I got it.
Yeah, you want to play it?
Adams Morning Show, weekdays starting at 5.
Somebody check on Stacey Dash because she is not okay, especially after she just found out that DMX is dead.
Wasn't it just the anniversary for Princess Diana's death?
Yes.
What if I was like, she's dead?
She died?
When did that happen?
Why did crying? Tell me.
It's not as embarrassing as thinking that James Earl Jones is dead and then finding out that he's not. And the only reason I thought that was because of Coming to America 2.
The Buzz
Okay, we get it. But look, they had Morgan Freeman.
The great king, the world changed forever. When he died, no one ever smiled again. Vacations were canceled, holidays ignored. People didn't even have sex anymore. Our great king had gone away forever. Gladys Knight.
He's leaving on that midnight train from the moon down.
It really made an impression. I thought he passed away.
You know, there's a new... I'm doing news still, right?
Oh, right.
Are you?
You kept telling me to. And I was like, I want to stop, but you were like, well, you got more.
All right, go ahead. Because I got a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, we have a lot of phone calls to get to. This is very serious, though. An egg recall is underway in 9 states after more than 60 salmonella cases were reported. The CDC says Wisconsin-based Milo's Poultry Farms has begun recalling all eggs branded Milo's Poultry Farms and Tony's Fresh Market in 9 states.
Do police never mind.
You were going to do an expect joke?
Do police...
I like how you pulled out at the last moment.
Foul play?
You know what? It was a long journey to that one, so I'm just going to...
Thank you, Joanna. New York City is getting ready for its annual 9/11 commemoration ceremony tomorrow. The National September 11th Memorial and Museum has invited family members of victims of the 2001 and 1993 World Trade Center attacks. It is kind of crazy to think about, like, oh, yeah, I forgot that was attacked twice.
Yeah, they were trying to bring the whole building down in 93 with I think a bomb in a van.
Mm-hmm. The museum will only be open to family members of victims that day, but at night, anybody nearby will be able to see the tribute in light where the towers once stood. Meanwhile, President Biden and Vice President Harris plan on visiting the World Trade Center site in Manhattan, the Flight 93 Memorial in Shanksville, and the Pentagon in Virginia. Nearly 3,000 people died in those attacks, and firefighters are still dying to this day of health-related effects from it.
I think just last week, they added to the death toll from 9/11 because one of the firefighters or one of the first responders passed away.
Well, Saturday Night Live is continuing to make cast changes ahead of season number 50. Up-and-coming comedians Ashley Padilla Emil Wakim and Jane Wickline have been added to the cast as Chloe Trost, Punky Johnson, and Molly Kearney exit. Also, after 2 years as featured players, Marcelo Hernandez, Michael Longfellow, and Devin Walker are now in the main cast.
Don't you know Michael Longfellow?
I do. Yeah. But he was a stand-up before he was on that, and saw him at a few festivals and hung out with him. The milestone season will see Maya Rudolph portray Kamala Harris, and there will be plenty of surprises. SNL 50 premieres at the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
Do you know
when did The Simpsons come back with new episodes?
I don't know.
Come on, it's fall already.
When does Animation Domination come back?
Does it still take
I need new Bob's Burgers.
9 months to make a Simpsons episode?
I don't know. I'd heard that one time that it takes 9 months to turn around a Simpsons episode, but I don't know. And it takes 2 days for a South Park, which is why South Park can be so super, super relevant.
Well, Congress gets back to work today after summer recess as a possible government shutdown looms ahead. Current funding for the government runs out on September 30th. A potential shutdown would see federal agencies and national parks close, and public services would also be limited. A stopgap bill will likely be needed to avoid this shutdown, as Congress remains far from reaching an agreement on full-year spending. Of course, Speaker Mike Johnson saw pushback from his right flank and President Biden on his first attempt at a bill. And finally, are you a fan of Temu? Well, be aware that...
What is Temu? The whale?
Joanna, please help.
What is that?
Temu?
What is Tamu?
Temu. Like T-E-M-U.
Temu.
Am I been saying it wrong this whole time?
Well, it's an E, not an A.
Temu.
So why would
I
you call
didn't know it was called Tamu.
Temu.
I call it Temu.
Like
I'm
Timu the
addicted
emu?
to Temu.
Timu the emu?
Tamu the whale?
Emu.
Who's Temu the whale?
Shamu.
Oh, my God.
Anyways, Temu. What's wrong with it? I love it. Oh,
Be aware that if you order from Temu, what you see is not what you necessarily get. TikToker Frog in a Hat Girl ordered a cute croissant lamp. So she plugged it in and left for her day.
A croissant lamp?
Yes.
What's that, a lamp that looks like a croissant?
Presumably.
Food-inspired things are really big right
Very
now.
popular. Well, Frog notes in a video that I came home from work after a hot day.
Do you want, I have the audio.
Oh, sure.
Want me to play the audio?
I didn't know there was audio for this.
There is audio.
Oh, cool.
So I got this Temu lamp as a gift, and I had it in my room. I came home from work after the hot day, and there was hundreds of ants underneath it. I'm almost wondering if this is a real croissant covered in resin. I just poked a bigger hole. Are you actually joking me? That looks like pastry. Look at the crumbs. I guess there's one way to truly know, and that crumb just came out of there. It's literally food.
I can top that.
The croissant is really food.
If you go to the Mercado in Juarez, you can find purses made out of dead frogs. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but the frogs don't ribbit.
Right, the frog isn't going to come back to
And
life.
croak
This
while you're
was
holding
an
it.
actual croissant.
The
Oh my
croissant
God.
doesn't ribbit either.
Yeah, but you can
but
still
it's, like,
eat it.
Real.
You couldn't eat like a fake croissant. That's the whole point of what she's trying
What
to say.
was the problem? It sounds like they had lacquered it or
Yeah,
something.
I gotta find this croissant.
So
lamp now.
she notes there were hundreds of ants underneath the croissant lamp. And
over here, guys, free croissants.
It turns out it was just a real croissant coated in resin. To prove her point, she takes a bite and says it's effing food.
Oh, she takes a bite.
Don't bite it. What the hell? It's a croissant.
Well, that's Temu. I'm not all that surprised.
Temu has come under fire for unsafe products and some that simply aren't up to par, like the croissant lamp.
No. What did you pay for it? Like $2 probably.
So,
or it was a gift, right?
Caveat emptor. Buyer beware. And with your news, I'm Nico.
All right. You want to get a couple calls going?
Absolutely.
All right. We have plenty going all the way back to the 7 o'clock hour and the breakfast cereal conversation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Joanna, you are 100% right on those Lucky Charms. Those marshmallows, the little styrofoam style marshmallows, they have a weird crunchy, squeaky sound to them.
Yeah.
I don't like them for the same reason.
Yeah.
You nailed it, Joanna.
Yeah, styrofoam is the greatest way to
that was
describe
very
what they
good
are.
description. And the squeak. But I love them. I love Lucky Charms.
You know what it's activating? I think it's activating the same thing that happens when like you see the circles, like the bunch of the tryptophobia. It's kind of like that same feeling of disgust.
What?
I
For
can't.
Lucky Charms?
Well, what I'm saying is it's activating the same part of your brain
Right.
that registers disgust. So like when you see tryptophobia, the whole circles, or when like the squeaking of the marshmallows kind of registers in Joanna's brain as this feeling of unease, disgust.
Yes.
But they're magically delicious.
No, they're not.
Hey, this is Michael T. I just want to say, first of all, the best cereal is the Captain Crunch peanut butter.
I thought that was the only kind of. I thought that was the original Captain Crunch.
No.
Captain Crunch peanut butter is what I called Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch didn't have a flavor to it. It was just those little the little yellow squares at first.
I only ever ate peanut butter Captain Crunch.
That's the best one. And then the other thing is that you guys are talking about the beers that Nico drinks. Come on, you guys missed the main thing. He doesn't even clean up after himself. There's beers from last week.
That's right.
What's wrong with that guy? All right, man. Have a good one. Bye.
Also, it was Buzz's house. Why didn't Buzz pick him up?
Yeah, see, that's the big point, and I want to get across, is Buzz's backyard has turned into like a garbage pit almost.
No,
like,
it hasn't.
Yeah, there is.
Buzz, you literally go around this station looking for things
trash
to put into your fire
Joanna,
pit.
his backyard now, it has trash all over it. Like
It's not trash, it's kindling.
No, Joanna, it honestly looks like a dump. Like his backyard looks
Once
like
again,
a dump.
not a competition.
Yes,
Both of you guys are terrible.
It does look like a dump.
You took a picture. Post it. You took a picture last night of my backyard.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Take a picture and then we'll post it and be like, is this messy? Should we call hoarders?
I took a picture of Buzz with a pot with a rubber handle, putting it into the fire because he wanted to warm up his spinach. And that's what I have the picture of.
Buzz, did that really happen?
Yeah. I only cook 90% of what
Over
I
an
cook
open fire?
is over an open fire. Like our
Joanna,
caveman ancestors.
It's a rubberized pot.
Why would you do that, Buzz?
No, it's not. It's got a rubber handle to keep you from burning your hand.
But you're putting it over the coals. That rubber's going to melt.
I have gained a level of expertise with this.
Once again, not a competition. You both are terrible.
You both are trash people.
Good morning show. I'm listening to you guys talk about teen pregnancies in El Paso. And I guess I must contribute to at least one of them. Back when me and my wife were dating, we ended up having our first kid during high school. And you're right, she used to go to El Paso High, and there's a bus that would go and pick up her and ended up being her friends too.
Wait. So you were saying there was a bus for pregnant students?
Yes.
And that it was full. Do they go around and hit all the high schools to pick up the girls, or was it full?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I believe they might have multiple buses.
There's probably several buses.
How many bus loads of pregnant high school students do you think were running at the height?
A lot.
Do you think they're still running them?
That's a good question. I wonder what
to take
if
them.
anyone is out at Parkland, let me know what the pregnancy
I
situation
wonder
is there.
what the teen pregnancy rate in El Paso is. Yeah, if it's lower.
Taking them to it was like another school, basically, high school, basically just for made for pregnant teenagers and what it.
I thought you said they were taking them to their doctor's appointments.
I thought, I thought sometimes they were taking them there. Maybe they're taking them.
It was like a school, and then it was also kind of like a clinic too. So it was all in one location. It was made it convenient for them. And I honestly, I really appreciated the services and all that stuff that they helped us get done. You know, we were just kids, honestly, and having a kid. So, having adults that understood and wanted to help us was a miracle.
Oh, that's nice.
And so we're well off now. You know, we have 2 other kids now. We have 3 in total, and
they stuck it out
we're
together.
a
That's
successful
nice.
family.
Oh, you
That
know,
is
they
great,
say
yeah.
teenage pregnancies never work out.
Right,
Well,
but
I mean,
you guys
the
have beat the
relationships.
odds.
Yeah, you really
That's
have beat
amazing.
the odds.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it might have had something to do with
The services.
and the adults helping out.
But you know, sometimes it starts off a little bit sooner than it should have, but and it all worked out. Thank God. Thank you, Morning Show. Keep the show up.
All right. Well,
Nice.
listen, that was a good
Congratulations.
call.
That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, super nice. Let's see. Got a couple of calls ahead of the debate. Some people want to talk some politics.
Debate night. Woof, woof, woof.
What was that, Joanna?
I don't know.
Was that? Are you in the audience at Arsenio Hall and it's 1993?
I don't know, man. I'm on 3 hours sleep. I'm getting a little hazy over here.
Hey, boys. I was just listening to your show from earlier today on Monday. You were talking about how Trump said something about prosecuting anybody that went against him if he won the election. Is that similar to Joe saying that they would do anything within their power and the law to make sure that Trump would never be elected again? Just a short little question. Hope you answer it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. No, they're nothing alike.
You answered it yourself.
Right. They're nothing alike.
Anything to do in their power within the law. You just said that.
And by the way, so I always have to, it's like solving a puzzle. I have to figure out what the Trump supporters are referring to. So in 2022, right after the midterm election, remember there was supposed to be a red wave and there wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Joe
a lot of
Biden,
people blame Trump for not realizing that.
So Joe Biden was taking questions in a press conference setting, and basically he was being asked, how do you reassure? Trump had not announced his candidacy yet. Trump wasn't running for president. And he was asked in a press conference in 2022, how do you reassure the other world leaders who are fearful of a return to power of Donald Trump? And I queued it up for you, so here's how he answered.
When's this going to stop? Nothing like this has happened since the Civil War. I don't want to exaggerate, but literally, nothing like this has happened since the Civil War. And so what I find is that they want to know, is the United States stable? Do we know what we're about? Are we the same democracy we've always been? Because, look, the rest of the world looks to us. I don't mean that we're always right, but if the United States tomorrow were to, quote, withdraw from the world, a lot of things would change around the world.
Okay, so he's getting to the point, but he's specifically asked, how do you reassure the other leaders of the world?
Open democracy we've been, and that we have rules and the institutions matter. And that's the context in which I think that they're looking at, are we back to a place where we are going to accept...
Is America still crazy?
Decisions made by the court, by the Congress, by the government, etc.
So the entire genesis of that G7 conversation was tied to your predecessor, who is about to launch another campaign. So how do you reassure them, if that is the reason for their questioning, that the former president will not return, or that his political movement, which is still very strong, will not once again take power in the United States?
Well, we just have to demonstrate that he will not take power by, if he does run, making sure he, under legitimate efforts of our Constitution, does not become the next president.
There's the answer to the question. So when he got charged in New York State, they trotted out this clip and said, Joe Biden is saying he's going to do anything he can, including weaponize, they were
implying that, yeah.
The answer is right there in what he said. Anything legally allowed by the Constitution. You know what's not legally allowed by the Constitution?
Jailing your enemies.
Having an insurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Jailing election officials and governors who don't go along with what you want them to do, or even threatening. That's election interference. I mean, threatening, I'll throw you in jail. You remember Brian Kemp was the governor of or is the governor of Georgia still. In 2020, Trump's on tape telling him, find me 14,691, whatever the number was, but tens of thousands. Find me those votes. And Kemp didn't do it. Well, if a governor stands up, or if Mike Pence, he didn't go along. He's threatening to jail anybody who doesn't go along with his attempt to subvert the Constitution. I mean, this could not be a more stark contrast. The example that the caller picked out is a perfect example of why there is only one choice, and that is, it's not Democrat or Republican, it's sanity versus insanity. And I know that's going to set off Cucker and Smooth Brain and all these other guys, but you guys are living in an upside-down, crazy, bizarro world where you think it's appropriate for a guy who lost an election, 61 different courts found that he lost the election and that there was no fraud. He whipped up a mob into a frenzy to go assault the Capitol, and you guys still think that's a viable person to lead our country? Are you insane? Let's take a break. We'll come back. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show's on the way right after this.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday or open till midnight or late.
Crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California and via third-party delivery. Hours may vary by location.
I want you to hear what this fool is saying. And now, the big mouth of the border.
This is a whole other level.
Whole other level insane.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
All right, I've got to do a relatively short break here because our
Joanna, can you please say again what you just said?
That we have full commercial breaks?
No, but do it the way you said it.
We have full commercial breaks this hour. Respect that.
Please respect that.
You want me to do a little perusing the papers? The El Paso Times specifically. El Paso is considering a ban on party house businesses. Talk about this issue. So, like, they'll rent a really big house and have a party, and a lot of them are they charge people to go. A lot of underage drinking, some gunplay in the past couple of years at some of these mansion parties.
I thought that was illegal to begin with. I didn't think you could invite people to a house and then make money off of it like a business.
Houses used as party halls are on the rise in El Paso, and City Council is looking to make them illegal. City Council will consider drafting an ordinance, so it must be legal, to prohibit the use of residential properties as entertainment venues. Art Fierro, who's the East Valley City Rep, says the problem is there's a hole in the system. It just falls in this gap, so there's no ordinance we can really use to try to control these businesses. So I guess they're going to have to
make some ordinances.
Yeah, make some ordinances. Running for Brian Kennedy's seat on City Council is a former Enron analyst who then opened a restaurant in El Paso. And they got a front page story about Alejandra Chavez. She was a commodities trader and analyst and worked for about a year for Enron. But it was that final year before Enron blew up in the biggest business collapse or implosion caused by fraud in the history of the United States. Read a little more about this. She talks about, she was there for a year. It was at the end, and she saw a lot of stuff that did not fit with her values and so forth. So she came back and opened a restaurant, and the restaurant is...
what kind is it?
Next page.
It's a well-known
Go to
restaurant.
page 11.
Please find 2A.
For continuation.
What was the restaurant?
Oh, yeah. Give me that crinkle of the paper.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
I do.
She eventually ended up working for Enron.
Oh, my God.
We still don't have the point of the story, though.
It is like 3 pages long. How have you not found the second part?
The whole story that you're trying to bring to us is a woman who starts a restaurant in El Paso, and you can't give the name of the restaurant.
I mean, I think it's notable that she worked as a commodities trader
that's not
for
the
Enron.
important part. It's all the other stuff.
What's the chick's name again?
Alejandra Chavez. She said about working at Enron from November 2000 to November 2001. During my time there, I became increasingly uncomfortable with the company's environment and fiscal practices, which I found to be irresponsible and, most importantly, not in alignment with my personal values.
Time matters, maybe?
Yes. After her stint with Enron, she moved to El Paso and opened Time Matters.
Did you Google her name?
Googled her name.
I was eventually going to get to it.
I think it's just called Time now, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wendy Davis. Do you remember Wendy Davis?
Yeah, she ran for governor of Texas.
Mm-hmm. After 4 years, her lawsuit against the Trump train is going to go to trial. And there was a video 4 years ago of a bus, like a Democrat bus, and then a bunch of Trump trucks with flags, and they kind of tried to run it off the road, surrounded the bus.
It was very road warrior.
This was pre-insurrection, so this is kind of domestic terrorism in a way. That case is going to trial. I'd forgotten. You had too, hadn't you? Forgotten all about it.
I know we're going to have to go to break real soon. I just wanted to mention some of the comments in our app chat. Thank you for leaving those. Do appreciate them, guys.
I'm trying to keep up.
Beto, I'm sorry. I know our chairs are squeaky. We need
WD-40, man.
I don't have WD-40.
Good God, it cost $1.
Oh my God.
To buy WD-40.
Anyways.
Mike's probably got plenty back there in the engineers room.
What time is the debate in El Paso? It's going to be at 7 p.m. in El Paso, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Ooh, that's a late start on the East Coast, isn't it?
V-Rod, when is the Haunted Houses casting call?
I
think we have that.
I had something about that. There's one this week.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding him for his liner.
And I was just telling Joanna, I don't have any liners for this week. First of all, let me tell you that the Haunted Houses of Terror are opening in September, a full month plus before Halloween. El Paso's long. Good morning, Steve Kaplowitz. Steve, have you seen the Tyreek Hill body cam from the arrest?
Not yet, no.
During the break, I want to show it to you.
Don't get distracted. Keep going.
We're going to have two haunted houses, 13900 Montana and 2155 Joe Battle. Double the houses, double the screams. Woo. And the next casting call, recruiting actors, people to work in the house, that's going to be it's going to be Thursday, September 12th. Oh, this Thursday. Okay. And it's going to be 6 p.m. at Desert Warriors Paintball, 13900 Montana. I got a number you can call if you want more information. 915-502-3968. Again, that's 915-502-3968. Steve, I haven't seen you out at our haunted house ever. Are you just not into haunted houses, or have you ever been?
I've been. It's just...
Take Joel.
He probably would like it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
he's
just
like at the age he'd probably get into that. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he's into that kind of stuff now. So, yeah, it's not a bad idea. Last time I went, I think Joel was probably still like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
so it's
you
been
did
a little
take
while.
him through. Although sometimes I do see people going there
with their little kids,
a little bit like a 6-month-old.
Really? What are you trying to do? Scar those kids for life?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know. But anyway, we hire people. Somebody's going to jump out and scare people.
Yes.
If that's not your calling, they need people to run the ticket booth and things. Right? There's all kinds of stuff.
That's right.
We've got some of these people that have been working with us for over 20 years at the haunted house. The Clowney Gigglesworth is...
Clowney Gigglesworth.
God, that man is like a pro.
Yeah.
What does he do when he's not clowny and giggling?
He's a...
I don't know.
I know. He's a dog groomer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
The KLAQ Haunted Houses of Terror opening September 27th are brought to you by Western Tech, Burnout Bullies, Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, and War Eagles, proudly produced and managed by Desert Warriors Paintball.
A last comment before we go to break. Joanna, why did you look all scared leaving the concert yesterday? Somebody says in the app chat.
Why did you look all
past my bedtime. I don't know. That's
she really thing to say. Yeah, somebody says, why did Joanna look scared leaving the concert? She really took all the preaching to heart and let go of the devil, didn't she?
How was
the Church of Jelly Roll is amazing.
By the way,
member.
Did you stay for the whole show?
I did, yeah.
Nice.
That really says something, because a lot of times, even for Lamb of God,
past midnight.
I left early for that one.
All right, let's take a break. Steve's here. In the break, I want you to watch the Tyreek Hill arrest body cam, because there's a discussion to be had there.
Sounds good.
Also, Bang Bang Niner Gang.
Oh, God. Yep, that's right.
We'll be back with Steve Kaplowitz and some sports talk right after this.
Hey, it's Chuck, your host for Loudwire Nights. Tonight at 7, we will rock the borderland with the best rock ever made and the best rock being made. Special guests, birthday and anniversary celebrations, and every night at 10,
Drive at SutherlandParkDodge.com.
Includes factory rebate and dealer discount plus TTNL on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers. At GVILaw.com.
It is my duty to announce the king is dead. King Joffrey and also King Mufasa. James Earl Jones, 93 years old.
Legend.
So we talked about, his super well-known roles. The voice of Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm. Probably his most famous role.
I think I read somewhere a couple years ago that they've like captured James Earl Jones's voice, so they'll be able to recreate it for Darth Vader with AI. Mm-hmm. You're looking askance.
Well, the voice of Darth Vader, I believe, has been remodulated and recovered by other people, and so at this point, I'm not even sure if it's all James Earl Jones' voice at that point.
I think in the last one, I'm pretty sure it was him, was Rogue One, because you could tell his voice was more
James
elderly.
Earl Jones.
Well, but it was more elderly, too. You could kind of tell.
I just don't know, like...
The movie came out about 10 years
would
ago.
you want your voice captured so a corporation could do whatever it wanted with for the rest of your life, for time and humanity?
For something like that, beloved by so many people, and you can't really monetize it anymore. And
you
I bet
can't.
Well,
right.
James Earl Jones can't, but maybe
his family could.
They might.
If they get that cut, then yes.
Yeah, I hope they don't get railed on it. But yeah, if
I
they're
hope
using
the
James Earl
corporation
Jones' voice,
doesn't own it.
Field of Dreams. Remember, he played Terrence Mann.
He was great in that movie.
Yeah, he was really, really great in.
He had the
Field of Dreams.
He had the greatest monologue right when the movie was kind of coming to its crescendo, and he said, "People will come, Ray," and he gave that whole big monologue. That was great.
All the years there's been baseball. Baseball has been the one constant in this country.
I didn't know Darth Vader plays baseball.
Silence.
Okay, so speaking of Coming to America, the movie that he was in, he played the king of Zamunda?
Yeah, great. Coming to America.
There's a show on HBO Max that just premiered, and it's called Coming from America. And they take 4 different African-American families who have moved to Africa from the United States.
I bet it ain't like Zamunda.
I imagine not, but it's really interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Wasn't his name King Jofi Jaffa or something like that?
Jaffe Jafar.
Is that what it is? Jaffe Jafar? Yeah.
Monday Night Football. You were out at
Border City
L House.
What an ass kicking.
Final call, 49ers handily defeated the Jets 32-19. Yep.
But an impressive start here tonight. And he may now have a 1-2 punch at running back when McCaffrey gets healthy with McCaffrey and Mason. What an impressive night. There's McCaffrey. Couldn't go tonight. 49ers in the end didn't need him.
Jordan Mason, wow, did he look good. I mean, the Jets defense looked terrible.
No
Let's be
Christian
honest.
McCaffrey
Didn't
yesterday?
matter. Didn't matter. And Mason was amazing.
Kittle?
I mean, look, it was a running. They ran the ball up there right down the Jets throughout the whole game. It was the Jets defense was bad. No pass rush on Purdy. Sauce Gardner, I don't know, he was winded and then was out for 9 plays. It was not a good game.
How did Aaron Rodgers look?
Not bad. I mean, look, it wasn't enough to try to beat the 49ers, but the problem wasn't Aaron Rodgers last night. The problem was the Jets defense and how good the 49ers offense looked. They look like they're going right back to the Super Bowl.
All right, so Tyreek Hill was cuffed and put on the ground. I don't know if he was arrested or not, but it was right before the game. He was a few blocks from Hard Rock Stadium. He ended up running one back for about 80 yards to help the Dolphins beat Jacksonville.
That's right.
And we now have the police body cam footage. So Tyreek talked about his arrest, and he did an on-field touchdown celebration where
one of his
detainment?
teammates,
right,
Yeah.
puts him in handcuffs.
Yeah, that was good. Jalen Waddle.
I love what Waddle does when he scores a touchdown. He waddles like a penguin. That's just great.
Yeah.
So he was describing getting pulled over by the cops. He said that he wasn't doing anything. So let's listen to what Tyreek said on Sunday after the game.
I have no idea, for real. No idea, man. It's crazy. It wasn't disrespectful, because my mom didn't raise me that way. Didn't cuss. Didn't do none of that. So, like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out, man.
I guess the police officer was put on administrative leave. Were you aware of that?
Nah, I wasn't. That should tell you everything you need to know then. You feel me? It should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, now we've got the body cam. So what did Tyreek say? He wasn't disrespectful. He didn't cuss.
Yeah.
And I mean, he wasn't completely cooperative.
That's a good way to describe it. In fact,
he wasn't resisting, I would say. I don't think the cops look too great in this, but also it's not really how Tyreek is saying it was either. So I showed you some of the video.
Yes, let's listen.
Let's listen to the audio, but you've seen the video. I want your comments on this.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. That way you can lower it and talk to you.
Just get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang.
Yeah, so there's a little sassiness going on there, but
he said 5 times to the police officer, "Don't knock on my window." I mean, look, if
all the things.
I mean,
you can
come
say to a
on.
cop,
What do you?
"Don't knock
What
on
do
my
you?
window."
So when you say that with that tone, what do you think is going to happen? Then eventually they're going to get you out of the car and they're going to more than likely cuff you. They're not just going to back down.
Yeah,
you can't
but did
do
you
that.
see how violently they pulled him out of the car by his neck?
Okay,
and
let's
threw him
say this,
right on the ground.
Let's say you did not know that was Tyreek Hill. All right, and these cops don't know what's going on with him, why he's acting like this, and it could be drugs, it could be who knows what it is. That's why I think the point is to act, with some deference towards the police. But there is, I don't know if you have the audio for it, where one of the police officers says, "Hey, that's one of the Dolphins' star players," and the other officer responds, "Oh yeah, F."
Oh yeah, I don't know.
What you gotta do?
Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down. Hey! Keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Give me that. We'll break that window.
Get out of the car.
I'm finna get out.
Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Damn. What part of
Damn.
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, dude. I'm getting arrested.
So Steve can shed some light on this. He's talking to somebody named Drew on the phone. Drew, I'm getting arrested.
Drew is his. So that's Drew Rosenhaus, who's actually Tyreek Hill's agent. So
he was on the phone already. The first call he puts in is to his agent.
Right. And then telling Drew Rosenhaus, "I'm getting arrested."
I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but when we tell you.
I don't know. That sounds a little.
There's a power play.
Yeah,
but at the same time, look,
I don't
if
love
you're
that.
if you're getting pulled over by an officer and you have your window up, and
They're
then
going to ask you to roll your window down.
Of course, and then when you say "Don't knock on my window" and you repeat that, it's almost, I don't want to say you're asking for it, but he wasn't being cooperative prior to. But at the same time, did they take it a couple of steps to the max when they got him out of the car? Absolutely.
How would this have flown, do you think? Officer, I'm sorry if I was going too fast. I got a game. I was trying to get to it. I really, really apologize.
You could have just said, "Officer, you know what? I've got a game. I play for the Miami Dolphins. You know what? I'm sorry. I was speeding."
Well,
but,
you got to watch that too, because cops do not like it when you drop. Do you know? Even remotely.
Well, he doesn't say throughout what I am. Just you can say, "I've got a game to play."
Maybe just keeping your window down. Start with that. Just do that.
Well, there's a process you're supposed to go. You're supposed to have your license registration hands
up, because
hands on the wheel.
They don't want you to be reaching for anything.
Window down when the officer approaches. So it's not exactly like Tyreek was making it sound.
No.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late. Too late.
All right, bro. Take me to bro. Do what you got to do.
We will.
Good.
I found out that Tyreek is 30 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, it is time for you to stop saying bruh every other word. You're 30.
He didn't go to jail. He received 2 citations, one including careless driving and a seatbelt violation.
That man, anybody who gets written up for a seatbelt violation, to me, that shouldn't even be a ticketable offense, in my opinion.
A question for both of you. Did you notice that there were already 3 motorcycle police?
There were 3 or 4 motorcycle police on the scene when he went up to the window.
It looks like all 4 pulled him over at the same time. In one of the quotes that he gives, Tyreek says, "It went from 0 to 60, man, from the moment all of those guys pulled up behind me, knocked on my window."
Yeah, why were so many motorcycle cops on the scene? I mean, how fast was he going? He was driving like a $250,000 McLaren that has 500 horsepower.
So it probably can go really fast.
It can, and it sounds like he was late. He might have been speeding, but was he going 120 or was he going 70?
Well, the South Florida Police Benevolent Association said in a statement that Hill was detained for driving in a manner in which he was putting himself and others in great risk of danger.
Okay. Now, I think we can all agree it was not the soft sell that Tyreek was trying to get us. You were kind of defiant. But the idea of pulling somebody out of a car,
it was bad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what I think? I think it's a bad look for both. That's the way I look at it. That, you know what
Tyreek
I mean?
Doesn't look as good as he looked yesterday.
No.
And the cops,
no,
maybe are justified a little bit, but
the point is
you're going to do what I tell you to do. That was the mindset of that cop with George Floyd. You're going to, as long as you people keep yelling at me, I'm not getting off this dude's neck.
But let me say this. If I'm getting pulled over by a police officer, my window's down and I'm already ready to cooperate. I'm not going to put it in a situation to where I'm going to make myself someone that they're going to want to do harm to because I'm being, I'm being difficult. I don't want to be that person.
Here's another thing Tyreek said after the win over Jacksonville on Sunday.
I do want to be able to use this platform to say, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill, bro? It's crazy. I want to be a cop one day. I got a state trooper, had all that, so I got a lot of respect for cops, man. But figure out a way to, flip this and, make it a positive on both ends, on my end and then also Miami-Dade, so that way we can team together and, do something positive for the community because that's what it's all about, bro. I have a platform, and I want to be able to team up with you guys, so that's all I got to say.
He has a good attitude,
They've got 105 minutes of the chest cam. I've seen about 2.5 minutes of it.
You saw enough.
Yeah, and I think I've kind of drawn a not a complete conclusion because I think it matters how fast was he going, how reckless was it. Why do you have to write somebody a seatbelt violation? If somebody wants to get in a crash and kill themselves, go for it, I say.
Well, I mean, listen. Yeah, but you don't want.
Yeah,
but you don't want to put yourself. Yeah, but you don't want to be in a situation where somebody could kill somebody else.
Are you telling me you don't believe in seatbelt laws?
He doesn't
for
wear
adults. You don't think adults should be mandated? So you're telling me? No.
So
you're telling me
we're out of time.
When you get into a car accident, you expect the EMTs to instead of dealing with just a regular car crash and maybe a bruised rib, that you expect the EMTs to deal with your now dead body.
It's my responsibility.
No, it's not. You're putting pressure on the other people.
Yeah, but you shouldn't get a ticket.
Shut up.
When was the last time you drove with a seatbelt on?
I don't know. When somebody bitches
he
about,
hasn't.
When my daughter complains about it.
When I get in the car and I'm all like, that beeping is annoying, put your seatbelt on.
He won't let me bully him into it. He'll just be like, stop it. I'm not wearing this.
And then from eBay, I got it's a seatbelt.
Oh my
clasp,
God, I forgot about that.
But it's not attached to a belt, so you can just put it in there and it shuts up the beeping.
Oh my God.
All right, we got to wrap things up. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. So long.
That's the show for today.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m.
See you tomorrow, okay? Okay, bye-bye.
In the meantime,